can talk it out, just gotta listen up. For your peace of mind, what's gonna be enough? Running out of time, we can't make it up. Am I still gonna be around when I'm waking up? Welcome to the show with the foreman. These thoughts up in my head, they be forming. It's that new show and it's foreman. If you ever need some help, then you can tune in. Body, mind, and spirit, know we all gon' need that balance. Everybody struggle, bet you take it as a challenge. Here to get support because we know it take a village. I'm just spreading love when it's real, I know you feel it. Welcome to the show with the foreman. These thoughts up in my head, they be forming. It's that new show and it's foreman. If you ever need some help, then you can tune in.
What's up, my people? How's everybody doing?
We're good.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, we back again. We like Motown Philly back again. We gonna do this. Hey, we're gonna be talking about expectation of a spouse today. One of our guests is a little late, but she's gonna come on. I wanted to have women on. I didn't want to just talk about it from a man's point of view. I wanted some young women, some middle in the range women, and get a full perspective here, because I believe that there is a problem, there is a gap, there is a void, and maybe we can clear some things up on this show for some people. Amen. Before we begin, we're gonna play a video in the show. Listen to all our viewers. We want you to know some of the language in the video is really the way, you know how young people talk. There's a lot of curse words. That was going to be a lot of curse words. That's how young people talk to each other. Look past the curse word and understand what they're saying, okay? For some people who want to be so holy they can't hear that word. But look past the curse word and more into what they're saying, not how they're saying it to a certain degree, if I can phrase it that way. So we're going to jump off with Till, going to bust us off with a scripture. Pastor's going to follow. We're going to go straight into the video, and then we're going straight into our question.
Okay, I'll be reading from Ecclesiastes 4 and 9 to 12. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion. But woe to the man who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. Again, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? Though one may be overpowered by another, two can withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Amen. Pastor.
Okay, so my scripture is coming from the book of Mark, chapter 10, verses 6 through 9. It says, "But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder." Amen.
Amen.
So what we gonna do now, y'all, is we gonna go to the video. Let me cue this up real quick. Let's go.
Opening for you.
My head goes in different places. It's just like, why is everything so different for men and women? Like,
Because we live different realities.
Because men have the dick and balls, and women have
I'm trying to
titties
say.
and
Like even like, all right, because everybody here wants to say facts. There is no facts when it comes to men and women. Y'all could deliberate that as much as you want. At the end of the day, just because you show me a paper that says, oh, supposedly, statistically, this is that's bullshit.
No,
I just want to stop right there, y'all, because I just need to ask this question. Because who believes that there is no facts? What she just said. Do anybody believe that there is no facts when it comes down to men and women and how we operate? Tammy.
No, there are facts.
Okay. Chasten.
I mean, I would probably have to hear more of what she says. But I think because people are different, like I don't think that there are like like everyone operates the exact same way. So I think
I'm just talking about men and women. Talking about men and women. I'm not talking about everyone, because everyone will include, women to women, a woman to another woman. I'm saying to men to women. Do you
like
believe
relationships
that?
between men and women?
No, I'm talking about how they operate. Remember what you want me? You want me to play it again? It's she don't believe that there is no facts. There's no statistic. You know how everybody want to use statistics to show, oh, this is the probability. Nothing is 100%, y'all. Everybody understand that. Nothing is 100%. But in general, this is true. This is a fact. Like, men are stronger than women physically. That's just a fact, right? The average man to the average woman, the man is going to be stronger physically. That's the concept.
Right. Is that what she was talking about, though?
Women,
it seemed like she was talking about like in relationships.
In relationships, there are facts that men think differently. When you play it along, you will see what they're getting at. They're talking about certain things in a relationship. In relationship, men and women think differently. Men and women think differently. What is important to a woman, 99% of the time, is not important to a man. That's fact.
Yep.
We do things because y'all want, because a man will do something he don't never want to do just to get with you.
To please her. Mm-hmm.
To please her. That's her thing.
Mm-hmm.
Till I'm just talking about Till, and I'm gonna talk about me too. But it's just something. Till married now. Till go to all these artsy stuff and operas and stuff. That boy never, as long as I know him, he never said, "Hey, Lorenzo, let's go to the theater." I never heard that. I mean, like for Lion King stuff like that. But I'm talking about, the word is escaping me, but the artsy stuff. I remember I was dating this girl, Denise, and I don't like opera. She had me listening to opera, literally when she wasn't even in the car with me anymore. And I started liking opera because of her. But that's not me. Till, have you ever heard me? He's been around me the longest. That's the only reason why I'm saying Till. Have you ever heard me say, even talk about an opera singer?
Nah.
Have you ever heard me really listen to opera?
No.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I do stuff for your Aunt Tish because I know it makes her happy.
Right.
There you go. And it's not wrong with it. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with it, y'all. I'm just saying men and women, the way we roll is a little different. I'm going to go back to the video.
No, but no, hold on. Do you know what the definition of a fact is?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Can you tell me the definition?
I went
of
to school.
fact?
Go ahead, please inform me.
No, I'm asking you because
I'm asking you.
No, I don't know.
What you said just now literally was the contradiction to what a fact is.
That's classic trying to avoid.
So that means that you did not provide the appropriate
The thing
definition
is
of a
that's
fact.
what I'm trying to explain to you.
Do you know the definition? Yes or
Yes,
no?
I do know.
Can you tell me the definition of a fact?
It is something statistically proven. Yes, I know it is.
So then why did you just say, y'all can't pull out stats and be like, this is whatever? That's
because
bullshit.
That's the same thing that refers to everything in life, period. Like, that's the thing that people want to get frustrated about. For example, let's just say, for what's going on in the world right now, right? Mm-hmm. With COVID, let's say, COVID, let's say. When people that are actually on the real in the inside,
yeah,
versus what's statistically and facts according to the news, it's bullshit. It's not the truth.
Do you see how she tried to use COVID in the news? News do not spit facts. That's why Donald Trump won, y'all, because he said fake news, and everybody started seeing the fake news.
I think what she's saying is that statistics and facts can be manipulated to like prove a certain point.
Yes, I agree with that.
I think that might be what she's saying. I think she's not
explaining
it well.
He's on facts. She's talking about statistics can prove a fact. That's one of the ways you prove the fact. And I hope we all agree that statistics can be, it depends on the person who's doing the survey or whatever the case may be. You can get a survey, say black people are dumber than white people.
Right.
And it's who I poll.
Exactly. And it also depends on, like, for example, with like childbirth, they say women are like their risk of after 35 year risk of having a difficult childbirth.
It's higher. It's higher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying. Continue to listen to what I'm saying. They say it doubles, but the risk before 35 is like 0.01%. So doubling that is only 0.2%. So when they say that it doubles in your mind, and that's what I mean by like statistics can be manipulated. So in your mind, when you hear doubled, you hear, oh, like it's a huge increase. When
I got you.
Actually it's not. So it seems like
wait. It does double. The fact is that it's double.
Right.
Wait, let me finish. It does double, but the fact is, in your mind, you believe the double is a crazy number. Right. So that doesn't negate the fact that it's double.
No. I'm not saying it negates the fact. I'm saying sometimes statistics and facts can be manipulated to tell a certain
story. That's why I use black people are dumber than white people. That is more to the relevant that could not be a fact. Doubling is a fact that once you get past 35, you're at a higher risk.
So I'm not saying that's not.
I know what you're saying. I'm just trying to explain to the audience so that they can understand. It is a fact. What you're saying is a fact, but like you said, I agree with you. In the person's mind, they believe when you say double,
the situation is worse.
Right. Yeah, it's worse than whatever. But that's their mind.
Behind it is not.
Yeah, that's their mind. That's their mind.
Okay.
No, the content is explained, but you need anybody that's giving you a fact, like he's giving a fact right now. Now you gotta look into the fact to get the detail. But let's go on and watch how. And I really want to watch how the women come in and try to support her stupidity. Watch this.
Truth.
Well, remember, we're talking in generalities here, right? And for the platform itself, like
no, we're not moving a fucking goalpost. Define a fact. Define what a fact is.
Something proven statistically.
No, a fact is something that can be independently verified through other means. Okay. So what we're telling you is, with the relationships between men and women, it can be independently verified through other people's experiences. Anecdotally, it could be.
You see how he killed that statistic? See, one statistic proves something, but it got to be proven because, like Chasten said, and I'm saying, just because someone do a survey doesn't make it a fact. She didn't really know how something becomes a fact. That's why she tried to base it on statistic or whatever, because she's trying to prove a point that, like what Chasten said, which is true. A statistic can be manipulated. It can be manipulated. So let's go
on. Proven through statistics. So it is, in fact, it is a fact. When we tell you, hey, guys don't want promiscuous women.
Wait! Running into a commercial.
Did you download Grammarly?
It's a fact.
Okay,
you know
like I said, it's agree to disagree type of situation.
No, it's not.
For me, it is.
You cannot agree to disagree when a fact.
Do you see this? Do you see what she said? Because that's going to be part of our question, y'all. She said, I'm going to agree to disagree. She going to agree to disagree with a fact. Now, we got men on this phone, on this thing, and I just want to, like I told y'all, the topic is a lot of them are fans only girls and this, and they say they want to get married. And he's telling them there's a high probability a man ain't going to want you when he see your past. Fact is, men are not as forgiving as women. Every man on here, and when it comes down to that, can every man on here vouch for me on that?
Yes.
If your wife cheated on you, you're less to forgive her than you cheated on her. Women forgive men way more for like,
that's just a fact. Most men can't take it. They like, listen,
most men cannot take it.
I'm out.
I agree. That's a fact.
And if a man finds out that you was a fans only girl or you was into porn, it's going to mess with his psyche. We ain't built like that.
Agreed.
And that's what he's trying to get them to see. But she want to argue with what her argument
Fact is
is
stated. It is a fact, and what your interpretation and appreciation of it is different. But you cannot disagree with a fact.
But hold on.
No, I'm not done.
That's
You
what
cannot
Chastity was
disagree
saying.
with a fact. You can't. Like, if a fact is stated, the sky is blue. You can't sit there and be like, I disagree. It's green. You
Is the
sound
sky always blue?
stupid. It is blue. Oh,
Yeah.
now you're just here to argue. Are you? At this point, I'm just gonna move on.
It really is.
Is that what it is?
I'm trying to change it.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on.
So, but a question for you:
ahead.
Are you out here dating people right now? Are
No.
you? So how can you tell people that are out here dating every single day, telling women, men back and forth, what's facts and what's not?
With the penis.
That's what I'm saying. That to me, there is no facts and there isn't.
Where's your
To
penis?
you, but you're not out here doing anything. How would you know what's facts and what's not?
Where's your penis?
I'm just
What?
curious. I'm just curious.
No. But you.
Chris, come on.
Go ahead.
How would you know what is fact and what's not if you're not out here actually doing the actual dating, meeting people?
I have dated before.
No, but this is a whole new world for you because you're no single, right?
Now I'm single, but
You guys are stepping over like dollars to pick up quarters. You just said facts don't matter. Did y'all not? 1 + 1 is 2. That's a fact. You're saying that doesn't matter?
okay, cool.
Can you disagree with 1 + 1 is 2?
Okay, cool. Whatever you say.
Oh Lord.
I'm
You lost
not
me
disagreeing.
in.
I'm not
Can I
saying
say
anything.
something real quick?
I'm
Yes,
not
all
saying
right.
anything.
All right,
I
go
can
ahead.
understand kind of what she's saying. Like
Here
I
we go.
understand because she's talking about like from a woman's point of view.
Emotion, yeah.
She's
Feelings.
yeah, exactly. I understand that. But I understand what y'all saying because at the end of the day, like I understand how women were brought up in today's society to be they're supposed to be a household mom, be able to clean, cook, all this basic shit from back in the day. That's what we're supposed to do till today in 2021. But that's the problem with people today, that they be thinking that, oh, every woman's supposed to be acting like this. No, every woman is going to have their own set mind, how they want to act, how they want to be in society. And especially when they're in certain ages in their life, they want to fucking go and do things probably that other people in their family couldn't even do.
But hold on. A
So,
truth,
and
a
I
truth is a
understand
truth,
that.
right?
Yeah,
And a lie is a lie, right?
yeah.
So your truth doesn't mean that it's really true for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the truth is what it really is. So what we're saying is reality.
I'll take it a step further. There is no fucking thing as my truth.
I
There
like
is
this.
one truth.
Yeah.
I say
Your
this all the
appreciation
time.
of the truth is subjective, but the truth is not subjective. We live in this clown world where people think my truth is subjective. She literally just said facts don't matter, and I disagree. You cannot disagree with a fact. If I say 1 + 1 is 2, it is fucking 2. If I say the sky is blue, it's fucking blue. It does not matter what you think or your feelings.
Can you pause
Fuck
it?
your feelings with all due respect. I am stating facts. It is a fact. You cannot sit here and say, well, that's your opinion, or I disagree. What? You just sound stupid. The world operates the way it does. Fuck your feelings. If a fact is a fact, how you appreciate the fact is up to you, but that does not change the fact that
Chastin
it is
wanted
a
you to
fact.
pause it so she
Yeah,
can
How
say
you
can you
listen
something.
to the
pause
fact
it?
and how you appreciate the
Okay,
fact
hold on.
is up to you, but this does.
Go ahead, Pastor. I'm sorry.
So
Yo, Chastin.
he's
Okay.
intentionally misunderstanding like what she's saying. Like
No, he's
like
not.
I
No,
said
he's not.
earlier, it
No, he's
seems
not,
like she
Chastity.
misspoke. Like she said facts. She said facts don't matter, but that's not what she meant, you know? And so when
Yeah,
she was
no,
explaining it, wait for me.
Go ahead.
She was trying to explain it, and he kept taking it back to, well, you said facts don't matter. Multiple times when she was explaining, she said, yeah, here's what I'm trying to say, and tried to,
she doubled down,
explain what she was trying to say.
When you go down,
and then he continues to go back to even after she said,
I don't want to Chasten, stop for 1 second.
Your point.
I don't want to go off the show. When you go back, I'm gonna send it to you. Look at, she doubled down.
I know.
No. You see, someone, if I misspoke, until say to me, hey, that, and then I realized, oh, I didn't say that right. I don't double down. I say, yeah, you're right. You're right. But what I was trying to say was she doubled down. No, she didn't. She doubled down.
He said, what's a fact? She told him what a fact
was. No, and that wasn't a fact That wasn't a fact. Remember, he came back. That's why she was trying to double down, because she tried to use the word in a way to use statistic to prove her point. That statistic, like you said, and I'm saying, statistic can be manipulated. She was doubling down.
And so then after he explained what a fact was, did she not say, okay?
No, that was her, when you tell somebody they're wrong, okay. She really didn't want to hear it. Go look at her body language and everything she's doing. She never said, yeah, you're right. That's why it keeps going on. Because she don't want to admit that she's right. See, and this is the problem with a lot of the women movement and men. Nobody want to admit when they're wrong. When they're wrong, you want to take your stands, even when someone proved to you that's not right. You just want, okay. When you're having a conversation,
if we're having a conversation with each other, the point of the conversation is to understand what the other person is trying to say to you. And so he knows that that's not what she was trying to say. Because I've seen other videos from him, and he intentionally does that.
No. I've seen a lot of video too, and no, he doesn't. He's talking to her. He gave her a chance to change her view, and now. Just like you, 1 minute, just like you, other women, yes, he did. And then,
he
did.
He interrupted her.
Listen, he didn't.
Every time she tried to explain
you're doing what these women are doing.
Yeah,
and
because
I understand
I'm completely not on their side.
Okay, and it's not about being on his side or her side. It's about truth. That is what this show is about. It's about truth. So we're not taking up for the man. I said, 1 minute.
Trying to convey to them because she didn't get a chance to actually explain it.
I don't watch the whole video. I'm only playing the clip for the show. So let me explain this. You're doing what they're doing, what these women are going to try to do. Come to her rescue. And that's cool. That's cool, but it's wrong. She's wrong. You're wrong. All you had to listen, when a man is wrong, okay, and this is the problem with men and women. Till, if I'm wrong, are you going to tell me, well, if I'm talking to a woman or not? Oh, Lorenzo, you're right. Till.
The whole thing is, if you're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. It doesn't matter whether you're a woman or a man.
Right,
or
I
a man.
agree with that.
But I'm talking about man to man. I'm talking about 1 minute, Josh, and I'm trying to bring a point to the viewers. So Till, from a man to a man, because Chasten jumping on a woman's side, and just like these women about to do. If I'm wrong, do you jump on and say, hey, Lorenzo, you right? Or try to justify me being wrong or explain my wrongness to whoever I'm talking to?
Listen, as a person, and a true friend, you're supposed to say, hey, listen, man, that was wrong. Even if you don't say anything at that particular point, you should check your boy or whatever and be like, yo, man, you was wrong. And be like that.
Pastor,
I agree.
If I'm wrong, same question. Man to man.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm wrong, just because I'm a man, and maybe I'm talking to women, do you stand there and defend my wrong?
No. I'm going to call a spade.
Okay. Wait. I'm going to Tammy. Tammy, I'm gonna phrase it a little bit different to you. Cause we did a show on the war between men and women, and we had our wives on or whatever. And one of the things we said was, women need to check other women instead of jumping on their side, because they think of a
Absolutely.
sisterhood, right? So if a woman is wrong, right? Do you double down on her wrong or try to say, oh, well, now you're trying to explain her wrong. What she really mean was when she,
No.
okay.
If she's wrong, you let her know that she's wrong.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just because if she's wrong, you don't make it seem like though she's right. You let her know from the door, this is not right what you're doing, you're wrong. If I'm your friend, I'm going to let you know you're wrong. If I can't let you know that you're wrong, I can't be your friend.
And that's what's wrong when men and women sit down and talk like they're talking. And like I said in the beginning of the show, we don't agree with a lot of language they're using or whatever, right? So don't think I'm agreeing with his language and what he's saying. But what we're talking about is the fact and how she's interpreted. And I love what he said when my man says the truth, right? And I think we were just getting ready to get in that, or we passed that. The truth, your truth is not the truth. It's the truth to you. That's how you perceive it. And that's cool. That's cool, but it may not be the truth. And it's not like I'm just going to go another fact, another truth. Women can have babies. Right? Can a man have babies?
No.
I want everybody to answer that.
Nope.
I heard Tammy.
Nope.
Chill, can a man have babies?
Yeah. No, we already know that. So you about
Chasten, can a man have babies?
Trans men can have babies.
No, they cannot.
Trans
They
men can't
cannot.
have babies?
No,
Why not?
they cannot. They cannot.
Why not?
Men body biologically function cannot produce a baby. I don't care if they get their
You know
penis
what a
cut.
trans man is?
I know what it. You
they
talking
don't have
about trans
ovaries.
men? You
Trans
talking
men
about a
do have
trans man?
ovaries.
You talking about a trans
So
man?
you're talking
a woman
about someone that
pretending to
got
be a man. That's not a man. That's not a man. That's still a woman. I said a man, a biological man. See, a trans man believes he's a man. I could say he's a man or whatever, but he's not a man. And see, and that's the perception in truth, right, y'all? And that's where we got, and see, and that's how we getting mixed up. And it is true to him. He believes, well, she believes she's a man. I asked, can a man, a biological man, have a baby?
Someone who is
Chasten.
born. Someone who is born without
Biologically,
someone
man.
who's born without ovaries cannot have a child. However,
Man, okay, so
however,
no. See,
trans
we're not
men
going to
can't
play.
have babies.
Listen, we're not going to play with words. You
I'm not playing with words.
No,
I'm
you
just-
no. I asked you, biological man cannot have babies. You said yes, but you said it in a way that you're trying to support. Now you're trying to go. I'm not talking about no trans men. Let's stay on the subject. Let's not change.
heterosexual men. And then that's so heterosexual men cannot have
So what
babies.
you're trying to say is cis men, not heterosexual, because trans men can be heterosexual.
Okay, listen, I'm breaking it
A
down
cis man, no, a cis man.
Well, listen.
Have
I don't want to get into trans and all this other stuff. I want to stay on topic. Can a biological man have a baby? The answer is no. There is no. How you say when it's up in the air past the kind of confusion. There is none of that here. See, and that's what I mean by trying to take a stand and support a stand. We're not talking about trans. We're not talking about trans men or trans women or gay men or gay women or whatever. The question was, can a man, a biological man, so we all can understand what I'm saying, have a baby? The answer is no, and we cannot change that. And it doesn't matter if He's a trans man, a stick shift man. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter how I perceive him or Chasten perceive. He's not gonna. A man not gonna. Now, if it's a woman, a biological woman, who believes they are a man, they can have a baby. But the reason why they're not a man is because they can have a baby. But I'm just saying that to prove a fact is a fact. And they are coming on and supporting something.
So can you see how when you say a fact is a fact, it matters how it is said and the way it can be manipulated?
Yes, I agree with you. And that's why,
So
I saw one minute. Let me finish.
Let me finish. Wait, no, because I was talking first.
You asked a question and I had to answer. No,
and then now
I didn't answer to my satisfaction.
If you went to a biologist or you went to a scientist or an anatomist or someone like that, and you said, "Can a man have a baby?" They would say, "Yes, they can because trans men exist."
Chasten, this is not a debate. I just said to you, you just did. I said to you, I was getting ready to fully answer the question. You don't want me to fully answer the question.
No, let me fully answer the question.
Let me finish. Now let me fully answer the question.
Go.
Fully answer the question was, listen, ask the question again. Because now I don't forgot the question because you frustrated me. What was the question?
Can you see how a fact, something that you say a fact is a fact, can be manipulated or changed depending on the words?
Okay, listen. The person that perceiving the fact and how you use the word, they can get the wrong idea of what you're talking about. Just like what you did, Chasten, you went to something that everybody right here knew exactly what I was talking about. But because you're trying, let me finish. Because you went outside the box and thought differently, you brought up trans men. And I thought you were talking about like a man trying to be a female. Then I had to catch your word and I said, no, you're talking about a trans man, a female that's acting like a man. So then that's why I broke it down to you, biological man. Listen, that's because that's how you thought. Yeah, no, it didn't really change your answer.
It did. I said cis men cannot have babies.
No, I'm not talking. We ain't talking cis men. Don't use cis. I don't even want to go into cis men. I'm saying say what I say. I said biological, and I want you to say biological.
That is what cis man means.
Okay, I said I don't want to go that route because the thing is, all our viewers may not know. I try to talk to people. Listen, wait. I don't want you to explain, and we don't got 2 hours. Stop.
It was literally 2 seconds.
I don't. Chasten.
And continues to be.
The thing is, that's why I say biological. You know what I mean. The viewers know what I mean, and we can leave it at that.
Yeah,
my thing is not to the viewers. Most of my viewers know. You're the one that's saying this, so that's why I had to break it down to you. I wasn't breaking it down to my viewers. I was breaking it down to you.
Yes,
let's not go into cis. Let's not go into cis. Let's go on with the video.
Clarified, I said I agreed with you. Now I used a different word, but it means the same thing. Is what I'm saying.
You agree. You agree. Great.
However, I disagree.
Everything we said
you saying
is true.
That
whether you accept it or not, it is true. So it's up to you if you want to live in reality or a Disney fairy tale. But we live in reality, and the reality is not fun. We accept it, and we help these guys accept it as well. So, yeah.
Okay, so I feel like you made a very valid point, and then it got to be something about truths and lies. Like you were just talking about a lifestyle.
It really is about a lifestyle.
About a woman being able to do what she couldn't do before.
Yeah.
And some women, we're not saying like you can't say all women gotta be like this. Yo, some women want to grind. Some women
want to be the man, bro.
They want to be the.
We never said that. Hold on.
She's just. I remember what she said when she said that you said all.
But you forgot what we said. She said what she said, but you forgot what we said.
No, you gotta go back to what she said with the truth.
We said
facts and the lies.
No. We said you're.
Do you see what just happened? They're going by what She only heard what she said. Now watch how he explained this, y'all. Listen to it.
Free to do what you want.
Do whatever you want.
You're free to be on OnlyFans, to sell
porn star
pictures,
whatever you want.
have sex for money. You're free to do
Wait,
that.
say-
Hold on, let me
okay.
finish. You are free. Okay, I'll say it again. Hold on, I'll slow it down.
Slow it down. I dissed you.
I'll rewind it. Because everyone has amnesia when we talk about this shit. I simply said, you can do what you want. You want to be on OnlyFans, you want to be a stripper, you want to be a sex worker, whatever it is, you are free to do it. However, the reality, men are not going to accept it on a balance of probabilities. Most guys are going to have contention and or issues with your past.
Okay.
That is a
I completely
fact.
agree. We've been talking about this for like 2 hours. I completely agree with what you're saying. But all I'm saying is that she's talking about her lifestyle, which is OnlyFans. I'm talking about like, oh, I got my businesses.
Okay. We're going to stop there with the video, right? Hold on, y'all. What I just do? Cool. Now, we're going to stop there with the video because that's where I want to go with, right? Did everybody hear what she said? The third girl, when she said. And my man said no, because the conversation started with what he said. Everything bounced off what they said. But she's trying to protect her so much, she's forgetting the initial point. He never said that a woman couldn't do what a woman wanted to. He started it. You could be a fans only. You could be a porn. You have a choice. You can do what everybody on this podcast right now can do whatever they want to do. But there's consequences. And we're talking about relationships, right? And what he's saying is most men, what he told them, most men, the probability of a man, after you finish doing all of that, after you finish swinging on the pole, after you finish showing your vagina to the world or whatever you're doing on fans only, the probability of a man putting a ring on it, because that's where it's come to. It's not, a man will date anything, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Facts, right? Pastor, you the man.
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact. Yes, sir.
You know, Till having problems again. But a man will have sex with almost anything. History tell us that, right, y'all? Can everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Chasten, can you agree with that? That a man, I'm talking about a man. Chas. Till, can you agree? I don't know if you saw the video, but can you agree that men will have sex with almost anything?
Hey, I'm in the show.
Till.
Thank you.
All right, he probably can't hear me. But anyway, let me go on my point. So a man having sex with you doesn't mean he gonna marry you.
I agree, Pastor.
I remember being young. It used to be the ugliest girl on the block. Nobody want to touch her. Then you see people creeping out her place. I thought you just said she was ugly, man. History show us, men having sex with animals. Men are just. So I'm just showing a point where just because a man is laying with you doesn't mean he gonna put a ring on.
But those women, do you realize a lot of those women who are on OnlyFans, a lot of those like Instagram like models, like prostitute type women, well, they're like high level prostitutes. A lot of them they do get married.
The thing is, the probability.
Not to average men, but to like basketball players and stuff. Our first lady was a escort.
The thing is this: everything. What did we say? Anything can happen, and they discussed that because one of them bring up that point. But the 99% is not touching you. You ain't gonna find a lot of men.
They're not trying to marry the 99%, are they?
No, listen. You will not marry. Listen, you will not marry the 1% elite. See, a man with money has options. Wait, let me finish. Okay. Let me finish. I'm talking from a man's point of view. We're not saying you're not going to find a lot of those women married, Chasten, and that's just fact. I'm not saying there ain't some out there, but the fact is, especially when a man has money, his option grows. And it's not fair. A woman can have money, her option doesn't grow. Because the lower man will never talk to them. Like me, even if I like Beyonce, I wouldn't holler at Beyonce because she's a millionaire. I don't feel like I got a chance. But a woman will holler at a man and she could be making $2 an hour and he could be making $1 billion, right? But the billionaire options grows. He can have any woman he want.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to the men on this one. What do we all say? We get a car, we can just pull about any woman when we grown up, right?
Yep.
Why did we say that?
Because that car would attract that woman, that woman that we wanted.
We knew that was going to attract them. The fly of the car.
Hey, baby. Tammy.
The more chance you had.
Tammy, talk from a woman's point of view.
Yeah.
A man that is financially secure, or you believe he's financially secure, he becomes more attractive to most women. Not all, but most women, he become attractive.
Really, because you have some women that'll look at your shoes and go off of that.
I've heard
That's
that.
why we got cars.
Just single, and they swear you the richest person in the bar.
Men buy toys mostly for women. When you see a man driving around in a Mercedes and he cruising, it's for the women. Because you see the car, you think he got money, he becomes more attractive. Jay-Z ain't the handsomest guy in the world, but he got one of the prettiest women in the world.
Yeah, because she was 16 when he started dating her.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
You know, from what I know, she was older, but you got to give me the information on that. But anyway, but the fact is, even if she was 21, 32, he would have pulled her. You want to know why? Because Beyonce pool has shrunken when she became a star. Jay-Z is way above Beyonce in money-wise. Money-wise, he match her better. He just matches her better, right? Yeah. So, Chasten, do you believe, as a woman, that a man becomes more attractive if he's financially stable or he got it going on financially?
Yes,
Nene,
absolutely.
It's a plus.
Nene, do you believe you see? Now, if I flip that, we wouldn't say that. We don't look at a woman finance. You see how men and women different? And this is what the guy is trying to say. See, that's what I was saying about forgiveness. A woman can forgive a man infidelity quicker than a man can forgive a woman. You know, you see infidelity.
Say that again.
But is
infidelity.
That fair?
I said
no, it's not fair. But the point,
it's just the fact of the matter. We're not talking about fair.
Okay,
Facts
I'm
are not fair.
sure that we're not saying it's fair.
Listen. Nobody's talking about fair.
No, nobody's saying that it's fair. But it's just a fact that men, like we said earlier, men can't take. Listen, most men that if their wife cheat on them, they out.
Yep.
They out.
Yeah.
If their girlfriend cheat on them. Their girlfriend cheat on them. Men can't even imagine their significant other in the bed with somebody else. Y'all women could be sitting there by yourself talking about, oh, he cheating on me, and have it going on in your head. A man will go crazy even thinking about that. Most men will.
Yeah.
Just to think about it.
Because a man will be like, look, that dude knocked my girl's boots. And it's going to mess with his mentality every day.
Woo! See,
become
but women
emotionally unstable.
Women are just
men
more
have ego.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is to the highest level. It's a man ego. You know what I'm saying? It's a man ego, you know, but that's a fact. Now, listen, what we're saying is not all men, but 90% of men can't do it. Nothing is 100, but it's a fact that most men can't do it. So when we're talking, first question.
Do you think that women, you think that that's because, oh, it's Ren. Do you think that that is because men and women are, because mentally they're different? Or do you think it's because women have to deal with that? That's just something that we have to accept.
No. Well, women,
listen. This is what it is. Men and women are different, and the reason why we different is like I'm gonna take it to here. I hope you can understand it like this. See, the problem is you can get pregnant. The man can't.
But he can get somebody pregnant.
Listen, he can't get pregnant. It's a difference. It's a difference. It's a difference. Listen, just listen. It is a difference whether you want to listen. So see the difference first. All I want to do is show you the difference. You asked the question. Let me show you the difference. It seems like you don't even. Every time I try to explain something, you're trying to come to another point in the matter. It's a difference. So listen, a woman can accept her man having a baby by another woman than a man, because he got to see that baby every day. It's a constant reminder to him.
Right. My question.
A lot of women can't deal with their man having a baby by another woman, but they do it better than men.
So my question was, do you think that that's because men and women are wired differently? Or do you think that that's because women have to deal with that?
Because they're wired differently.
They're wired differently. I
don't think. I think that it is the same way that if I have to deal with, like, when children grow up abused, for example, always getting hit, and they enter and they look at people who are being abused, things that like maybe I would look at and I'd be like, oh, that's horrible. They look at that and that's a normal thing for them. So because women this is just something that we're constantly almost having to deal with. I mean, even if you talk to some men or talk to a lot of women, they say like, well, cheating is just like something that you have to deal with. And because that's something that we are almost taught, it's something that we just learn.
Men don't think that. Wait. Just let me stop you there. Men don't think that. Women think that. Stop, Chasten. This is my show. Just stop, because I need to go on the path. But wait, Chasten. Listen, because you gave information, Chasten. Wait, stop, because we got viewers. You gave information that is wrong. You said men and women think, oh, we got to deal with that. Cheating. Most men, on the norm, women think that. But most men do not think I got to deal with cheating. My wife or my girlfriend is going to cheat.
Let me
So listen. The thing is, men and women, because I need to get to the question. The men and the women, to answer your question, they're biologically different. They think differently. They are biologically different. I just explained that with the baby. Let me ask Nene. Nene, can a biological man have a baby?
I said no already.
No, wait, I know. No, I just said to you that men are biologically different. You said no, they're not. You said no, they're not.
We're talking about mentally.
I said you're not listening to me. Mentally, wait. I'm explaining my point. Talk my point. I said men are mentally different. We think differently. We're biologically. I just showed you by fact.
You don't think men?
Listen, by fact, men. Why you think women can think?
I take that back. I do think that men think differently. I think in that case, though, infidelity.
Most men, not all, most men think differently
I think
from
that
women.
in the case of infidelity, men cheating on women or
We
women
could talk about other subject matters. Wait. We could talk about other subjects. Let me ask you something. I just gave you one, Chasten. Listen, we're not going to keep going on line off the map of the show. But I just gave you one when I told you Beyonce can make millions of dollars. Her things shrink with the men she can get. With men, they make more money. Their option expands. It expands. Like, that's why most rich men have younger women.
That's not what I asked at all.
No, I know. I'm telling you, think differently. I'm saying think differently. What I just said goes to thinking.
That back.
Why is that? That is because a man will not approach a woman that most, listen, it's hard for us and Pastor until it's hard for most men to date women that's making, say you making 40,000 and your wife making 200,000. It's hard. Most men won't do it. You see, it's thinking. That woman is lonely. You see all these superstars who lonely, but they making millions. They beautiful. And they run through man. Can't find a man to stay with them. One of the reasons.
But you know why that is, right?
Go ahead.
Because women that make 200,000, suppose is dating a man with 40,000, they will never let that man be a man because they're gonna feel as though because they make this money, I'm cutting the shots. You're gonna do what I say. I bring the money in the house. I make the money.
Most women, knowingly or unknowingly, not all women. Nothing is 100%. So don't give me the anecdotal that somebody that did it. But most women,
they don't.
That's the way they think.
No,
and statistic, this is a fact. This is another fact. Just like he was trying to explain a fact. Because a woman that makes that much money and she made it on her own, in her mind, I don't need you. He start messing up. I don't need you. I don't need you for anything.
Yes, I agree with that.
I could take care of myself. A woman that is not
$200,000. He doesn't have that same mindset that he doesn't.
No.
Yes, he does.
No. I'm telling you. See, and this is the point. This is the point that I'm getting at with men and women.
Men you want to be
men. This is why I said expectation. A man is trying to tell you, men. Wait, Chasten, stop. Stop for a minute.
No,
Chasten, stop.
When you invite people on your podcast,
Chasten, because you're going off track. You're going off track, and you acting like that girl. You acting like that woman. Listen, there's men on this show. Chasten, listen from the men. A man can tell. You can't tell a man how a man think better than a man. That's why I have y'all. So I just said to you, Chasten, listen to me, God. That men don't think to what you just said. Now we can go to Till, we can go to Pastor. I can bring more men on and they will say the same thing. In the analogy you just gave, I just told you no, they don't. Just leave it at that. They don't. Not all men, but most.
That a man who makes $200,000, $200 million is not going to pick a woman that works for him.
Listen, no.
He's just gonna pick any old lady.
No.
He's not
gonna listen. That's why, listen, Chasten, you can look at this is proven, this is fact.
It is
listen, Chasten, all you want to do is argue. You're arguing, you're not listening. I'm not
listening because
okay, so listen. It's proven, Chasten. Men that make billions of dollars will get a woman almost working at Walmart.
Because why?
Because He ain't looking at that woman. He's looking at what she can bring to his table. And but listen, listen. You're messing up. You're not allowing me to finish. And what she can, it's not about the money. It's what what a woman want to be brought to her table is different from what a man want to be brought to his table. Each one of them has expectation. That is what the show is about. But you're not letting me get into the show. It's about expectation. Everybody got their expectation of what they want. You just asked me, do a man think what I said with a woman? I told you with a woman, she thinks she don't need the man. She don't need the man. See, the Bible says that a man that findeth a wife. So it is the man that finds the wife. See, you control the sex. We control the marriage. You don't give us all the sex you want. But until we say we getting married, you ain't getting married. Until he's ready. A woman, let me prove this point. Everybody, woman on here probably has sex. The first time you had sex, Tammy, you knew that day you was gonna have sex?
I did.
He probably was begging you beforehand. Come on, girl, come on. Let me just put tip in. Come on. Whatever, right? He probably was begging you. And when you finally decided, he didn't know, most likely, until you see, with the men, it's always a guessing game. Are we gonna have sex? Or are we not gonna have sex? Y'all know when y'all going to give it up. It's that way with marriage. It's that way with marriage. Nene, when you had sex with a man, you knew this was going to be the day.
Yeah.
You don't give the man the cookie on the first date. Right? I hope not. Right? You don't give him the cookie on the first date, right? Okay. I just want to be sure. You don't give him the cookie on the first date. Okay? Right? But the man want the cookie on the first date, right, Tim?
The man want the cookie.
We all want the cookie on the first date.
The cookie, the milk,
but you don't give him the cookie on the first date, right? But you know, okay, he done work hard, let me reward it, whatever you go through in your mind. But you know, he don't know. Did you ever call him up and say to any of y'all, hey, I'm gonna give you the cookie today? You worked hard, you did everything, and that was your first time giving him the cookie.
Only in fairy tales.
Yeah. He'd be too excited the whole day. He wouldn't be able to perform. The whole time, I'm gonna get the cookie.
That's why I say women are powerful, because they know. Come on.
They hold the power.
They hold the card.
But they don't know how to most women don't know how to utilize their power. But the thing is, the point that I'm bringing up, in reverse, that's how it is with marriage. Women want to marry that man, hoping for the cookie. But it ain't until the man say, today's the day. They control when y'all going to get married. That's just fact. And that's all I'm saying. Let's get to the questions, please. Do you think the expectations women have for their husbands, and I'm talking to single women. When I say husband, I ain't talking about their husband right now. Talking about like you want to marry this person, the expectation. Like everybody got what me and Chasten was talking about, expectation, what you want brought to your table. Okay, do everybody understand that? Mm-hmm. You may want a man 6 foot tall. He may need to make $150,000. I don't know what you need him to bring to the table, right? So, the question is, do you think that the expectations women have for their husbands are realistic? And I want that same question for the man in reverse. So we're going to start with Chasten.
Do I think that, I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out.
In general, In general.
Right.
In general, do you think that women expectation that they have for their husband are realistic, and it's going to flip to the man? And I'm not talking about someone already married. I'm talking about say again.
Like you, okay, you're single. Yeah, so
not
you're single,
yours
chat.
per se.
Say,
I'm talking about single
women,
who want to get married. They
Get
have
married.
an expectation of what their husband will be like. He need to make this amount of money. With the the expectation. Everybody have them, like we just talked about. What is he bringing to the table? Is it realistic?
Yes.
But
you think it's realistic?
Yeah.
Nene, same question. Do you think it's realistic?
I just wanted to
So
make sure.
in regards
Oh, wait.
to, and so I just wanted a little
it's
more
a
clarity.
woman getting
So
married to a man. It's not like so she knows she's getting married to a specific man, right? Or do you mean
or just
in
saying
general?
like women,
This
That's
is what I mean. Nene,
Like,
you
like
want to
women
be
out in the dating field right now looking
yeah,
to marry.
yeah. Everybody here is single because nobody married except for the men. Okay, nobody is actually married. No woman on here is married. So all y'all, hopefully, that's what I'm giving. I'm getting ready to ask you a question to explain the
expectation.
Nene, do you want to be married one day? I'm not saying tomorrow. One day, do you want to be married?
Ideally,
yeah.
Okay, so do you have expectations of that husband? What type of husband you want?
Got it. Okay. Yes, I understand what you're asking. Okay. So, I think a little different, but like speaking like as a general population of people that I know or people generally that speak about expectations of marriage, I do feel as though there is a large percentage that may have unrealistic expectations when it comes to like being in a marriage, because for women everything has to be like finite, like it has to be 1, 2, 3, and most women have like a list that's kind of like all of these, and like he has to reach each one of these points before he's like the perfect man for me, or before I feel like I found the guy that I need to be with to marry. Whereas where I feel like with men, I'm not speaking for men, but I feel like men at some point, they just kind of like have a checkbox, like, oh, she looks nice, she makes me feel nice, and we could spend time together.
I just want you to talk from the woman's point of view.
That's what I said, but yeah,
Okay.
it's like
Chasten, I'm gonna go back to you. Since do you understand the question?
Yeah.
Do you want to change your answer?
Yeah. I do think that a lot of women going into like dating to get married do have unrealistic expectations.
Tammy. Oh, my bad. Tammy, you're on mute. I was hearing background noise. She's frozen? Tammy?
Yeah, it looks like she's frozen.
No.
Or no. Yeah,
Tammy, take yourself off mute. You're on mute.
Oh, okay. You
Thank
can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Tammy, can you answer that question?
Now, what's your question?
Do you think women in general, I'm not talking about you specifically, women in general have unreasonable expectation when it comes down to the husband, their ideal husband in their head, or what they want that man to bring to the table?
Well, as far as for me, I would say stability. I want somebody financially stable as well as myself.
One minute, Tammy. I wasn't talking about you specifically, not you. Women in general.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. In general, well, that can go either way. Not everything is based on numbers. You have your women that want to be married because they feel as though they need somebody to take care of them. Then you have your women that genuinely want to be married, that's looking for that stability, somebody stable, somebody that's going to be that perfect family man, somebody that they can lean on when they need that shoulder to cry on, somebody that's going to be by their side 100%. And then, like I said before, you have your women that's just in it for this princess fairy tale, looking at what this man has.
Okay. Till, reverse
Yes.
Reverse it. Do you think men have realistic expectations when it comes down to what they want their wife to be?
No. No.
Pastor.
No.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You got more to that? Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say no because you know, we look at women and you know, we have preferences. Everybody have preferences, and they bring those you know, they bring those things to mind when they think about the you know, about the woman that they want to marry. You know, they want them to look a certain way. They want them to have you know, to do certain things or just to be a certain for lack of quality or whatever. And it's not all, and it doesn't always happen that way. The person that you think you want because of your preferences, you find out later that they may not be the actual person that you need.
Okay, Pastor.
The answer is no, like Tel said. It's just been my past experience with couples that I've counseled. I've found that most couples, people start off with an idea of what they want, and then they've totally married somebody totally different than they thought. So I would say no, off of preferences as well.
Okay, I would say men with a definitely no. And, you know, and I'm going to give an example. See, most men, when they get married, they think it's always going to be y'all having sex 2-3 times a day. They literally think this is going to be married life. Excuse me, right? And then when the woman have kids and her responsibility stretch, excuse me, and more on the plate, it's not like that. And then the man start complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why things change? Because see, the expectation in his mind was it always going to be like that. And that's not realistic. That's just not realistic. I don't know a marriage. And Pastor, like you counsel, I counsel, every last one of the husbands come up with that. That be one of their problems.
Main problems, yeah.
Every last one. But they don't have a realistic thinking of what a wife in their mind. They think their wife is like a sex machine, you know, and because that's where it was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it was new, it was fresh, right? But they can't deal with it when it died down. Now,
So,
the next question.
Are you saying that men's expectations are unrealistic as well?
I'm only speaking from men.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I said it's unrealistic.
And you said that.
I said it's totally unrealistic, and I just gave an example.
I just wanted to make sure that I understood. Okay.
Yeah, I gave an example. I said it's unrealistic. I can talk about other examples, but I just gave the sex example because every man can relate.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
I think it just got like switched up or something.
Okay, that's why I said switch. I want y'all to speak from the woman's point of view.
I mean, like
we misunderstood something that you said, so I just needed clarity. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I said.
We thought you guys were saying that they were realistic.
Oh no!
Nobody said it was realistic.
No.
Okay.
Not a man on here said it was realistic.
Yeah,
y'all can go back and look at the tape later. Nobody's saying realistic. Second question: does God have anything to do with who you marry? Does God have anything to do with who you marry? And the reason why I throw that in there, we didn't get to that part in the video. One of the women tried to say, because they're trying to back her up, and they said, well, God know who he has for her. Right? So my question is, does God has anything to do with who you marry? I'm going to start with men because Pastor got to leave early today. But Pastor, do God have anything to do with who you choose as a wife?
Yes. The scripture that I have is Genesis 2:18. And I was saying this before the show started. It says, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet." All right. So that helpmeet is a person that God has designed specifically to help that brother to fulfill his purpose in life. I know for me, from myself, my wife is my helpmeet. In the areas where I'm weak, all right, she's strong, and that helps me to make me a one. Like the Bible says, the two shall become one. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm pleased. I thank God for every time I realize that, because there's certain areas where she's weak and I'm strong, and I help to complete her. So that's what I'm saying. Like God gave me a help me. So yes, God is in the mix all the time when it comes to that. Yes, that's my answer.
Okay, I will go. I'm speaking from the man point of view. I'm going to tell you no. And I'm going to get from the scripture that Pastor read that scripture again, Pastor.
It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet.
See, what that scripture is saying, he will make you a helpmeet. He made women, not one specific woman. You chose that woman. It goes back to the scripture that I read earlier when I said, it says in Proverbs 18, the man that findeth a wife sees the man that is his selection. It has nothing to do. Now, God may give you wisdom. There could have been like another woman that fit me besides Carla. There's a billion women in the world. Right? I decide which one I want. God cannot, the Bible says that you can't pray against a man's will. We choose our lives, whether to obey God, whether to marry, whether, isn't there a scripture in the Bible, Pastor, I want you to go to it, that talks about if you don't want to get married, right?
Yeah, I got to find it. Hold on.
Right? It's in, is it Corinthians? Talks about a person that don't want to be married. But that's that person will. That's not God will, because the scripture that Pastor just read just tell you that everybody should find a spouse, because it said it's not good for man to be alone. So, but God is not going to go against your will. If you want to be alone, you can be alone. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But God said from the beginning, it's not good for man to be alone. That's why he made him a helpmeet. Now you got to go find your wife. He not.
1 Corinthians 7, it says, "So then he who marries a virgin does right, but he who does not marry her does even better. A woman is bound to her husband as long as he." And is that the scripture?
No, I'm talking about the one where Paul talking about good to be single if you're single.
Okay, hold on.
Being single. So I would look for that scripture, Pastor, but I say no, because I don't see no scripture in the Bible that says God said this particular person gonna be your wife. Now, from the women's point of view, do you feel that God has anything to do with
here it is. It says, "Now to the unmarried and to the widows, it is good for them to stay unmarried as I am, but if they cannot control themselves, they should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion." Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, talking about to stay unmarried, right?
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yep.
talking about if you want to stay single. But if you go back, this is Paul speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Paul said, not God, but I.
But yep, that's true. That's right.
So he literally makes a distinction that this is not God, this is me talking.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the reasons why Catholic priests don't get married, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we see what happens with them, right? Touching little boys, they going crazy because you can't sustain, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is that God, that's Paul. That's not God speaking. But why Paul saying that? Because we all have a free will. So who's Tammy? Do you believe that God has something to do with who you chose to be your spouse?
Well, I don't believe that he actually be like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you this person, I'm gonna give you this person. But what I do believe is that he put people in your life for reasons.
Amen. Amen. I can go with that. And I like that. I can go with that. But he ain't going to say, I'm going to give you this person, I'm going to give you that person. And
No,
I'm just
he
going
put
to.
certain
You
people
remember
in
how
your
women
life
was
for a
going
reason.
around? Remember, I don't know if you remember, but remember how women was going around, they talking about naming and claiming, and they claiming men, he going to be my husband. It started in the church.
Right.
Talking about that naming and claiming junk. You can't claim that man if that man don't want you. But Chasten, do you believe that God said, boom, this is he made that man your husband?
No, I don't think God made me a husband.
I'm talking about women in general. I'm not
Yeah, I
talking
said
about
no.
you particularly.
I said no.
Nini.
So my thoughts kind of vary for this because I believe that, like, going based off of scripture, that the scripture does say he that finds a wife, finds a good thing, whatever. But I also feel like I that's true. I feel like you can find somebody, like a man can find a woman and say this potentially is my wife, but I also believe that the woman also has to choose the man. So it's a
that's
specifically, it's like, hey, Chasten,
but
right?
but
Like, Chasten is mine.
but let me define fine to you, because I think you're right, but I think where you're going is off from what fine mean the woman going to accept. But remember what I told you? It's the man that decide he's going to get married. Most men, I'm saying most men, not all, most men don't ask you to marry not unless they know you want that is going to be a yes. There are some that get no's, but it's because you have shown him so much love, whatever the case may be, and he see you want to be his wife, or whatever the case may be. And I would use Till as an example. Till, what is the probability in your mind when you asked your wife to marry you that she was going to say no?
The probability that Tish was going to say no,
No.
It wasn't no.
You see,
Listen. I made sure that I was getting what I was supposed to get this time. I spent enough time around Tish to understand her.
I'm not talking about the perfection of Tish. I'm talking about her just saying no. Like you proposing, and she said, no, I don't want to marry you. I'm looking for another man.
No.
Because
I
my
believe
point
that
in bringing that up, men don't, when we ask,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying all. So when it says fine, it's talking about you done did the research, you done court her, you know her heart, and then you act. That's how men usually ask to marry. Once they get to know your heart, right? Only how y'all say today, a simp is going to be asking a woman to marry him, and they unsure whether they're going to say yes or no. So I'm just trying to clarify that fine for
Right.
you, Nene. You know, a woman has a choice, and everybody that ever heard my podcast, I always tell women all the time, don't marry a man if you don't agree with his vision. If you don't agree with his vision, tell him no. Because that's your choice, who you attach to. So, you know, so next question. Chastity, did you answer that? I just want to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
You said you
I didn't answer.
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry, Till. I thought I went man. Go ahead, Till. I skipped.
Right. So for me, I would say that God does have something to do with the woman that I married, and I would say it's because of this, because the Bible says to be equally.
I'm not saying something to do with. I'm saying pick the woman you marry.
Pick. Oh, okay. Pick. Okay, got you. All right.
Yeah,
so
that's what we're talking about.
Okay. All right, pick. Yeah,
God chose that woman for you, because what was said on the show, God chose a man for her. Like it was God's decision. So it's a picking.
Right.
So God picked the woman for you.
No.
Fat boy is on. Look at there you go. Hey, that's my boy right there. So, Pastor said yes. Everybody else said no.
It's great, huh?
All right. You want to answer a question, boy? Turn.
What's going on?
Do you want to answer a question?
It's breaking up a little bit. Hold up.
Okay, let me go to the next question. Why do you think men believe that if they are wealthy, that their spouse or wife should be okay with sharing them with other women? Do everybody understand what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
The concept is this. Let me explain the concept, which is a fact. Most women that hire, I'm talking about that 1% man, better believe that you're going to be sharing him.
Even the 99%.
Right? So my thing is, why do men believe? Because men believe, wealthy men believe, like I told y'all, men that are wealthy, they believe, hey, the world is their oyster, if I'm saying it right? So they figure like, yo, baby, I'm taking care of you. You should have nothing to worry about. Just because I tip out a little bit, you know, even the non-wealthy ones really try to pull that past you. But definitely the wealthy one, because they think their money is the end to be all, right? So why do you believe that if they are wealthy, a man I'm talking about, that their spouse or wife should be okay with sharing them with another woman? Start with the women first. Chasten, do you understand the question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
And it goes back to what I was saying earlier, that society has taught men that women are going to have to share them regardless. So they think that if women had to share them when they were not wealthy, then they sure have to share them when they're wealthy.
So you think it's a societal implant?
Mm-hmm. I think everything.
Okay. Nini.
I don't necessarily believe that. Like I know that there is, especially with like the more wealthy people, men are generally that like the more likelihood that, I'm not saying all men, but the likelihood that is like more infidelity in that like higher earning kind of genre of group of people. But personally, I don't believe, I can't even say that because I don't even think that there is a faithful one out there in that group. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's like based off
in that group.
You in the 1%.
They forgiving my student loans right
Till
now.
raise your hand and stomp your feet.
Well, they talk
See,
about wealthy. I thought you
no,
talking
talking
about
about
wealthy.
faithful.
That
She
they are
said she don't
faithful.
believe that there's a faithful man out there.
No, I said in the 1%.
She
Not
said in the
in the
1%.
world.
She said in the 1%. That's why I didn't wave my hand. I ain't in that
Oh,
1%.
you don't believe that there's okay. You don't believe that there is. I heard you wrong. You don't believe that there is a wealthy, faithful man.
Yes, like I don't
I
mean.
believe there is. I don't believe.
No,
I
that's
think
what I'm saying. I think that the possibility that there is, it is, the same possibility that there isn't.
I would think Obama is faithful.
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying we never know.
You never really know.
You
But
understand
yeah.
that? What that could say, we don't believe that no woman is faithful. It's just a belief. But I'm just saying, as appearances and how he handled himself, I will
I would stand on that too.
lean on the side that Obama is a faithful man to Michelle.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yes, that's what I'm saying. I think like the likelihood that it is, but it's more prevalent, or like you hear. I think it's just because based off of like kind of what Chaston was saying, like with our society, you hear more about like the ones that aren't faithful. So it's not really like you hear so much that
There's
like
more unfaithful than faithful. And that's why I'm asking the question.
So
Why do you think that's so? Why do men believe? Why do you think men believe it? That they could do it?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's because that's what the world puts out there. Like, oh, this is what you do when you get money, or this is what you do, when you get to a certain status and things like that, and you kind of either fit into it or you don't. And most people want to fit in. So.
Okay, let's shoot to Turner. Newbie on taking his girl place. Do you understand the question, or should I try to clarify that question?
I'm getting such bad reception, but go ahead. Say the question again.
Why do you think wealthy men believe that? Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why you can't hear me. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah.
Why do you believe that wealthy men believe that their spouse should be okay with sharing them with other women?
Just because wealthy men are less than 5% of all men, so they feel privileged. So like you said earlier, and just like your daughter said earlier, when she was trying to argue, debate with you about that, wealthy men are the lower percentage of men. If you can hear me, they are the lower percentage of men, and they're privileged to a certain extent. And it always been that way. It always been that way, even back in the old era, this era, they can have what they want, what the average man can't have and got to deal with. So that's all that boils down to.
I agree. I believe it's privilege. Most poor men, I'm saying, they don't. Most poor men don't believe, even when they cheat. Listen to what I tell you. They don't believe that their woman should be okay with it. That's why they hiding it. Like, and I'm giving an example. Who is it? Is it Bill Gates? We just come out a couple of years ago. He had a mistress his wife knew about before they got married, into the marriage, and she was okay with it because long as he
providing for her life, she's vision.
He chose her to marry. He didn't choose the mistress. The mistress was there before her.
The mistress was in the will.
If I'm a mistress, I gotta
But he married her, and she was okay with it because her mindset, and they probably had a conversation like, hey, you got to be okay. And she said, okay, I'm okay. But the thing is, I think it's privilege, and I heard someone say, somebody don't know what they talking about. Talk about biblically how God set it up. God did not set up for a man to have multiple wives. It's not scripturally. But privilege has, if I want to say afforded, I don't know if that's the right word to use, especially when you got money. Because like I said, money is intoxicating to a lot of people that chase after money. As I said before, what do every man know? Money will pull the woman. You could be the ugliest man, get the flyest woman if you got the money. So they think their money is the great equalizer to anything they do, even having another woman, right? So,
Me.
why do you feel, the next question, when
I didn't
men
answer.
tell, oh God, why I keep
Why you keep
skipping you?
saying my godfather like that?
Tell him,
Go
Chasta.
go ahead.
Okay.
I'm tripping today. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. So I feel one of the reasons why that is ego. Their ego. Like you said, they're privileged. Their ego says to them that they're bigger than life itself. You know, we say first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect. So if you got the money and the power, most women are attracted to money and power, and they want to
Yeah.
be in that spotlight. So if you got that type of money, as long as they're, you know, they're the ones that's with you on your arm, they're like, hey, we can ride, because they don't want to give up the power and what comes along with being next to you, because once they with you, they know they have power. So that's what
That's
afford the
true.
rich, the 1%, to say, hey, I'm with you, but I got this one on the side, and they're all right with it, because they're the one that's on their arm is the one that's in the spotlight. They're getting all the French benefits, you know, out in the open. You know, they're walking through, and then that's Miss Gallup right there. Oh, she you know, the car door. Oh yes, Miss Gallup. They know they better not get a no if they go somewhere. You better not tell them no, because my husband may just pull his $1 million contract from you. See, that's power. They intoxicated by the power, and that's why they accept it.
Next question. Well, it's not about the woman accepting it. It's about why do men even feel that? Why do they? Why do men have the arrogance to feel like you just going to sit here and understand that I'm going to have mistresses? You know what I'm saying?
No, but I think that plays a part. Like what he's saying plays a part in it, because the men feel like they can do it because the women are accepting it. If the women weren't accepting it, then the men wouldn't feel like they could do it. So I think it plays hand
Well,
in hand.
let me ask you a question on that. The poor man cheats,
And do.
but he don't think his woman. That's why he try to hide it. You know, till he get busted, because he knows she's not going to accept it. The rich man expects you to understand there's going to be other women. Like, you're not, neither one of y'all dating, but I think you just got out of a relationship, Nene. Nene, if your used to be boyfriend said to you from the jump, listen, yo, just understand there's going to be other women. The probability, I believe, in you saying, okay, I'm going to be your girlfriend is going to drop to 1%. Like, you going to tell me you go, no. But he still may cheat, but he ain't going to tell you.
Choice, like that's still given a choice. So a wealthy man could say to me, even a wealthy man, Bill Gates could come to me and say, hey, you want to be my mistress? And I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, mistress, not wife, mistress. And that's a different conversation, you know, like
that's a different that's a different conversation.
Different conversation.
And
still giving
I wish I had a question. I wish I would have thought about that side too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he's still giving me the option to say, like, he's not saying like, oh, you don't have a choice, you have to accept it. Everything
is your choice.
That's what I'm saying. So
everything. That's why the marriage thing. It's your choice.
No,
that's
but
why it's not God's choice. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Doing it because the women.
She got a point for the guy.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing.
She got a point for the guy.
You're not listening. You can't hear what I'm saying because you're going back and forth. We're agreeing, Turner, but that's why I say what you're saying, right? Everything is your personal choice. Whether you attach yourself to something or not, right? Mm-hmm. So what you just said is absolutely true, and that's why I say I wish I would have thought about like the mistress. The mistress have to agree to be a mistress. Most mistresses know about the wife, you know, especially with a high, powerful man, right? Because it's all over. Everybody know who he married to. See, the poor man, he could probably say, baby, I'm not married. You know what I'm saying? You don't know him. he could trick you and have you come into a relationship that you probably wouldn't have gotten into if you known he was married, right? But what I have found out is most women, even whatever the financial thing is, sooner or later finds out and still stays. Still stays the mistress. Because their feelings got involved. Even though that man has a whole wife at home. Next question. Why do you feel when men tell women what most men want, they think they know better than the man? Chasten. That's something that me and you were just going through. Why do you think, tell me if you understand the question too. Why do you feel when men tell women what most men want, they think they know better than the man?
Because it's the same reason that when women tell men what they want, men think they know better than women. Everybody thinks that they know better than everybody else. I'm not saying some men don't, but that's not really true. If Till get advice from a woman, how to get a woman, we usually take that advice. Because most men know that y'all know how to get in, how we can get in. We understand that in large. I'm not saying there ain't some crazy men out there, but in large, men gonna take that. If a woman say, "Yo, tell Till, buy her some flowers, do this," this is what he gonna do it. He ain't gonna be up there talking about, "Oh no, I don't got buy." No. He ain't gonna do it. Women have been telling men, if you want to be with a woman, you want to have a long-term relationship, you need to go to therapy. You need to work that out. You need to be.
Wait, stop that. Women haven't been telling men that craziness.
To go to therapy?
Women have just been talking about that. Women have just been talking about that. And listen, and the problem with that whole side is that y'all need to go to therapy. Because, okay, no, men go to therapy too. Men goes to therapy too.
Listen,
you want me to tell you something? No, I'm gonna let you talk to, but I'm gonna tell you what facts is. Do you know this? And I wish Pastor was on, and I can get other counselors, this, that, and the other, and you can talk to other therapists. You know, when men and women come to marriage therapy, you want to know who backs out? It's hard getting a man in. It's the woman that backs out because she don't want to deal with her own junk. She thinks fix the man and everything's going to be okay. She don't want to deal with her stuff. So what I'm saying is, if they go into therapy, that's fixing your own stuff. If they go into therapy, right? But they can't deal with reflection. Go Till. Till next.
saying, though.
No,
Go
but I
ahead.
cut Till off and I said he can go. Till next. Go, Till.
Hold on. Wait a minute. So for me, when I get advice from, I never got go to therapy or anything like that. I basically got if you want to get her, make sure you know what she like. Like she like this or she like that. Go do this, go do that. And then after I went and did that, I was in like Flint. So that's usually the
But
advice
men don't
that
give a resistance. That's just fact. Men don't give resistance when a woman tell a man how to get the woman, what a woman want. And I'm not talking about all men, but women generally give resistance because they feel, the question is, why do women feel
Right. And
that they know a man, listen, better than a man? Go,
What
Chasten, finish your thing.
I said my generation has been telling men to go to therapy, to
And-
be supportive, to be, even if we take out going to therapy, because that is a fairly new thing that women have requested. I will absolutely give you that. However,
And
I
men,
know
and men has been going
I
to
know
therapy.
that wait, please. I know
Now I'm
that
saying that for my audience because I don't want my audience to think that men don't go to therapy. Men have been going to therapy.
Okay.
So that's a misconception by women. But go.
Okay. Women for generations have been saying, be faithful to her, be kind to her, be don't beat on her. Those kinds of things. And men aren't listening to that.
No, we most men don't hit women. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let's not talk about the anecdotal.
I'm not saying every man.
No,
The
listen,
same
but
way-
listen,
the same way that you are not
Chasten, no, but we're talking about most, and you're
I'm
talking
just
about
naming
hitting. Wait,
things that women
just
suggest
let me.
today.
Listen, and I just want to speak facts. The fact is that most men don't hit women. The fact is, what was the other one you said? You said hitting, and what was the first one?
Be faithful.
Be faithful. Listen, that covers to what we said before. That's the woman thing. Because women is accepting men not being faithful. They accepting men. Like if you accept me not being faithful, like that's, remember what I said earlier? I don't know if you was there, Nene. I said women can forgive men for cheating quicker than a man can forgive a woman for cheating. You see, y'all accepting it, but that's your choice. Not all women. I'm not talking all women. There's some women that ain't going to tolerate it, right?
Can I
But I'm
answer
talking
your
about in general. So when
You're
you say
asking
be
questions for
faithful,
me to answer, and then you're telling me.
listen, yeah, but I'm asking you a question. I'm just asking you. This is what I do on my show. If Till says something, and there's another side, I explain to Till, hey Till, yeah, I hear you, but what about this? You said faithful. I'm bringing a point to you is that women haven't been really asking men to be faithful. Because if you asking for something, you got to stand on that. If you asking a man to be faithful, what do you say about that? Because we just covered that.
Women have been asking men to be faithful.
I agree, but I'm talking about.
Wait, but men just haven't been faithful. And so it's something that if you want to keep a man, it's something that you have to accept.
Okay. I think you're not understanding the question, maybe. So let me try to explain it. And I'm going to reverse it. And I'm going to go to Till. This wasn't a reverse question. There's things men don't like, right? Women like, but most men don't like. Like,
Ballet.
we don't really like the false eyelashes, y'all. We don't.
Women aren't wearing them for me.
Listen, I know that. Yes, you are. Because the reason why you're wearing them to attract men. See, that's a question. Wait. You just said something. I'm going to show you something. That's like a woman get all pretty. She wants someone to say you pretty. And most of the time she listen, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying all women. I'm not saying all women.
And that men fundamentally don't.
Listen. A woman trying, take it in context. You're not.
friends.
Listen, Chasten, stop trying to argue every point and take things in context. What I'm saying to you is that men don't like false eyelashes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most men don't like a lot of makeup, right?
Yeah.
Most men, I'm not saying all.
I
Most
agree
men, and the women that's doing that in the highest number want to get married. So if you want to get married, what you doing have to attract what you want. Like if I want to be married as a man, this is just fact. I can't be a whoremonger, and the person that I know I'm a whoremonger and think they want to marry me because they don't want a whoremonger. So you got to
People like them.
no, but I'm saying if I know the person that I want don't like a whoremonger,
Okay.
I can't be a whoremonger.
It goes back to being faithful.
I can't do what they don't like. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying most men, if you want to get married, I'm not talking about the women that don't want to get married. Because remember the topic where it stems from, spouse. Most men don't like all of that.
So, but I
the
have
women
a point because additionally, like women don't like that men cheat, but men accept it. I mean, but women accept it. It's in some cases. Men don't like that women wear makeup, but y'all still be dating.
No,
y'all will still talk to a woman with makeup on.
Listen, you wasn't here. You wasn't here. So let me tell you something. A man would go to bed with anything.
And that's the problem.
But yeah, that is a problem. We said that's a problem. But we're talking about spouse. We're talking about because at a high number, especially our women are dying alone. That want to be married. I ain't talking about the ones that don't want to be married. I'm talking about the ones that want to be married. So that's why that question was in there. When men are telling you, a woman who want to get married, what men want, why are they not listening? So Nini, what is your take on that?
I'm sorry, Neve was bothering me. Could you repeat your question?
When a man tell a woman what most men, not talking about all, let's not do anecdotals. Most men want in a woman. Why is it like they don't listen? Most women don't listen. It's like they feel that they know what a man want better than a man.
Because not most times women know what you need. And it's not necessarily what you want, but they'll tell you what you need and they're trying to give you what you need, but you're telling them what you want. And those things don't always go together.
Let me ask you something. So are you saying women know what a man need better than what a man know what he needs?
No, but I'm saying, but you ask like why women. Because a woman will be trying to give you what they think what they feel that you need, and you're literally telling her what you want. So in her mind, she's not wrong because she's still giving you something that is a necessity. However, it's not what you want at that time. Or it's not what
they need. They need for you to give them what they want. Because if you don't give them what they want, then that's the need. I need for you to be submissive. I need for you to be this. I need for you to be that. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to give a man what he want. That goes, you know, if you're right, women are really missing it. Like if you're trying to tell a man what he needs or trying to convince him of what he needs. Till, why do you think?
Why do I think that women think that they know better than what a man wants than a man, right?
Yeah, basically.
I think that's based off of their experience with men. What they've gone through. Just basically just what they have gone through with men in their lives. So women from just dating men, being in relationship with men, seeing how men react to certain things, that women process that. So when you say, oh, this is what a man likes, and to them, they're like, well, no, not really, because when I try to give them what they think they like, it turns out not being what they actually want.
Let
They
me
want
ask you
this.
something. Let me ask you something. What you saying? If you single, and like you said, if I heard you right, they're processing about all the men that they dated, and they say they think they know, right?
Yeah. Through life
So
experiences,
okay,
through their life
what I'm
experience.
saying to you, is, all the men you dated, nobody married you. So whatever you thinking is wrong. For all your life experience, maybe you got 10, 15, 20 boyfriends. No one asked you to marry them. But you think you know, do you think you know what a man wants?
Can I answer that one?
I'm gonna come to you. Till, I just
No,
want him
because
to
my
answer that.
answers, I have the same. No, I have the same answer Till got. So that's what I'm saying. When you get to me,
Okay.
I thought the same thing Till thought. So,
Okay.
So
Well, you
with
can,
the question you just
Tim, I want you to
go
answer.
ahead.
I'm going to let him answer it, but you
Okay.
brought it up. I want you to answer. Then we're going to go to him because he was going to say the same thing you did. So I'm saying the same thing to you too. If that was going to be your thing, Turner. Out of all the experience that you think you know a man, nobody put a ring on you. Nobody asked you to marry them, right? But you think because of what you have done in the past, it worked, or you know, not that it worked, you know it don't work, but you think you know what a man want. How do that equate?
Okay. See, the problem is that most men don't know actually what they want.
Most women
Uh,
don't know what they want.
So
That goes both ways.
right,
A
it could
man
go
that
both.
a man that want to get married knows what he wants. Did you know what you want?
Yes.
Let's break this down to the simple form. Now, what you want, most men don't know how to be a husband. But
Okay,
what
go
a
ahead.
man want, most men know what they want. You just said a man don't know what he want. I'm talking about a man that want to get married. He know what he want. So how explain that to me and to the
Okay.
audience?
Okay. So the question was, why do I think that women think that they know what a man wants better than what a man knows? Correct?
The question was, why when a man tells a woman
Woman, what he wants.
what most men want,
Want.
they believe that they know better than the man. And you said because of their past relationships. And then I
Right.
said, okay, let's dive into that. And
Right.
then I said their past relationship hasn't brought any fruit to their table. So
Statement.
how is that? How can they know? How do they think they know when it's like you doing a math problem. You keep getting it wrong. You did it 1,000 times, but you think you know how to do the problem?
I mean, I feel well just based off of that. I don't necessarily share the same thoughts, but based off of that logic, just because you're doing something doesn't make it right. So I get the whole like she's doing this because this is what she's grown or this is what she's learned over the history of her dating, her dating experience. But that's what you learn, and a lot of
Conditioning.
yeah, right. A lot of being in relationships is learning and unlearning habits, and that's just with life. Period.
And
So
that's what I'm getting at. Unlearning. Unlearning. I want you to stay right there.
that we
Hold
can
up.
move forward.
Unlearning. Because once you realize, or you should come to realize, you running against that wall and you can never get through it, you're going to go around. Sooner or later, you're going to say, hey, let me go around and take the door. I can't run through the wall. And I'm using that analogy to show unlearning. Unlearning is what they said, a fool repeats the mistake over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, the same mistake. Right? So the thing is, why do women not all, but most women, a man is trying to tell them, yo, the reason why is because this is what men want. And they won't accept it because they think they know. Like let me go to Turner because I want to hear Turner. So you're going to take what Till said. Explain how my end of Till question when I said, well, if what they did never worked for them, and they said, and then man, why are they still not going to listen to a man?
Well, I was agreeing with Till because, like I said, most women, just because you have a failed relationship, don't mean you didn't take nothing from that relationship. Most times when you fail, you take certain things, whether you want to admit it to yourself or admit it in the front end or the back end, you learn and you grow from that failure. So you take little bits and pieces from each relationship, and you form it into what you know now. So I was going to say the same thing Till said actually, and also
I pose to you the question. I hear that, but I'm posing to you the question now. How can a person, a rational person, just like this, I'm gonna flip it to a man point of view. A man that's cheating, and he cheating, and one woman catch him, kick him out, and then he go to another woman, and look, and you think he will learn, but he don't. And then you come to him and say, bro, maybe you need to stop cheating. Maybe, and he won't listen to you. Or no, not you. A woman come to him and say, hey, listen, women don't like you cheating on them. He going to continue to cheat because that's his past experience. So my thing is, if it didn't work, that's what I was asking Till. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with y'all that people can think that way. But I'm trying to explore something. Why would someone keep running up against a wall instead of taking good advice?
Oh, that's Tony, just stubbornness. You know how that go. Yeah, I hear you. That's just stubbornness. That's just being stubborn. You know.
I agree with what Till said, but that's more to my point. They won't move. They think they know for whatever reason. Like, and Till brought up something good. Till said, hey, their past experience make them think they know. So that's why I brought it to Till, because it was a good point. Well, if they're going by their past experience and it never worked for them, when are they going to realize I need to listen to men, about men? Till, you have anything else? Because it was your point. You have anything else to bring to that point?
No, that was it.
Last question, y'all. Does the video, you didn't see the video, Turner. Did the video?
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so did the video we saw
weeks ago?
Okay. Did the video we saw, I don't know if you saw the video, Nene. Did the video we saw depict the mindset of many women today?
Yeah.
Turner. Why? Why you think
the sad part? The sad part.
Let me ask you just let me ask you. Do you think that mindset is right or wrong?
Definitely wrong.
Okay. Now, do you think that encompasses many women today? That mindset.
That's the sad part about it. Okay. Look, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. That's the sad part about it. I'm just glad that I wasn't raised in this generation. I'm glad I was raised back when I was brought up, because that girl to me sounded like a fool in every aspect. And all she was trying to deflect the questions. So when do you know? When do you define? When can you say that a fact doesn't matter? That's funny. Yeah, my fault. Somebody keeps trying to call, but I seen the video well before this show, and I actually talked to my girl about it. She was a fool in every aspect. I hate to say it. And I'm listening to her talk, and the guy kept on putting her into a corner, and every time he put her into a corner, she had nothing to say. She didn't want to say anything. The sad part about it is the reason why you even have this show is how many women defended her and try to go around the facts. That's the crazy part about it. She was a fool in every aspect, and that's what's wrong with women nowadays, that instead of taking a stance, they want to defend and defend this stupidity. And now, like I say, in this generation, like I'm just glad I wasn't raised in this generation.
Chasten, from the video, let's stay on topic. From the video, do you believe that video depicts the mindset of many women today? Not all, many.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think that is a good mindset or a bad mindset?
From the clips that I've seen, I have agreed with the women.
So you think that's a good mindset? I just want you to say yes. I believe that is a good mindset.
I think that is a good mindset.
Why?
Because one, I think that the things that those men and other men are judging them on are very like arbitrary things. Sex work is one of the oldest professions.
Okay. Let me ask you something, Chasten. I just gotta dive into what you said.
Mm-hmm.
You said what? Say that again. What the men are asking them on? Remember the topic. Topic is that. Wait. Topic is that they're trying to tell them if you want to be married, most men are not going to put a ring on your finger if they find out you was a hooker. How is that like anecdotal to men? They're telling you what men. I
didn't say it was anecdotal.
What did you say?
I said the things that they're judging them on are very arbitrary things. So to me,
when you say arbitrary, what do you mean by that, Chasten? Because that's what I mean by that's what I meant by anecdotal. When I say anecdotal, it's very small. It doesn't matter or whatever, right? So whatever. I'm just telling you what I mean, what I meant when I said it, whether you agree with my uses of the word or not. But the thing is, explain that. No, listen. Explain that. Because we're trying to understand, because I think it's crazy too, but since you believe in that, maybe you can articulate why is it, what word you use? I want to use your word. Arbitrary when you want to get married and they're telling you being a fans only, being a prostitute or whatever the case may be is your probability of getting the man that you want. Because men don't want that as a wife.
Right. So I think it's two things. One, you don't know the man that they want. I mean, you.
No, wait. We know most men. Like I said, they and on the show we didn't see the whole show, but they literally told you the man that they want. Okay. They literally put it. But what I'm saying to you,
what kind of man did they say that they wanted?
They wanted a high value man, a man making $200,000, and this 6 feet tall. They went through it, but the whole thing is. But what I'm telling you, what they're saying, wait, because I want you to understand. They're telling them most men, regardless of his high value or not. And this is just fact. That's why they was arguing about fact. Are not marrying you.
Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you are also assuming that they value marriage more than they value their own freedom.
No, they want to be married.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, because see, let's not go and let's not change this.
Also want
Okay, but listen.
You know what I mean?
I hear you on that, but I'm just saying you're changing the
No, I don't.
I'm not talking about women. I'm not talking. Wait, we're not. Wait. So let's not bring in the women that value them being free and doing what they want to do.
I'm not. You said they want to be married.
You said that, but you said, but you just said. Wait, Chaston, stop talking over me. Just let me finish, and then you just said that how do they know that they value marriage over them doing their own thing, basically? And I said to you,
doing their own thing is ideally like freedom in the sense of
freedom. That is doing your own thing, basically. We're not missing words. We all understand what you said. If you want to get married, and that's the key. We're not talking about people who say, well, marriage is not that high on my list. I don't want to be married. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that.
Okay, so talk from that point of view, from that woman perspective that's doing those things, and they told them, most likely you're not getting married because most men is not, they can't accept it.
Okay. And so what I'm saying is, for example, I can want to be 190 pounds. Like that's something that I want. I want it very badly. I'll even maybe like do the work to get it. I do want that. However, I want to eat cake every day more. So that doesn't take away from me wanting to be 190 pounds. So in the same way, they can want marriage. They can say like, oh, I want to be married. I want this. I want, all of these things. But I want to, maintain my independence more than I want.
So basically they want it on their terms. Is that what you're trying to say?
Right. You can't get it on your terms. You can't get it on your terms. Let me finish what Ted said. You can't get it on your terms when you want to be married. When we're talking about married, when men control when you get married. But I want to talk about what you just said about the cake. And this is what I try to tell everybody all the time when I counsel them. I counsel men, I counsel women, I counsel couples. Listen, if you have a goal, and anything you're doing that's hampering you getting your goal, you got to leave that thing alone. That means you don't want to really reach that goal. You're just talking. Like a lot of people talk. Like you see, we from the streets till, yeah, man, I'm going to go get this job. And they don't even go fill out an application. No, you're just talking. I want to lose weight, but you're not putting the work in. And if you are putting the work in, then you're going to eat cake every day. Then you're defeating the work. So you really don't want that. Now, you can say it. Your actions tell me more what you want than your mouth. Like a man could say, hey, I love you, this, that, and the other, right? He's saying it. But is he showing it with his actions? If he's cheating on you, hitting you, the things you brought up earlier that I said we're not talking about, then he don't love me, right? Most sane people, not talking about insane, sane people is going to look at it and say he don't love her. He's abusing her. He does that. So what I'm saying in that little framework right there is that you can't eat cake every day and you can say it. I'm not saying you can't say, I want to lose weight, but what you're doing is not going to get to that goal.
And I would say,
but
if there's a way for me to eat cake and lose, however many pounds, then I'll do that. And I think that's their mindset of like, if there's a way
is their mindset.
And do what I want to do and get married, I would love that.
And that's what we're talking about. And that's why I don't agree with that mindset, because if a personal trainer tell me, hey, listen, and the personal trainer knows more than me, and they say, hey, listen, you can't keep eating all this cake, Lorenzo, and want to lose that belly.
But you know my stance on
Right.
training.
Right. So the thing we talking realistic now. So I feel you. And listen, like he said, everybody has a choice. Nobody ain't saying you can do anything you want to do. We're just talking about the odds of you achieving your goal. So Nene, question to you. What was the question? Question to you.
Most women are
You didn't see the video.
I saw bits and pieces while I was driving. I didn't get to
Okay.
see all of it, and I haven't seen the full video.
So I'll try to explain it to someone. It was about women want to get married, right? But these women are doing things that the men like, and it's more about the sex profession. That's what they were talking about, right? Fans only, strip, whatever, right? And the guys were saying, okay, but men don't want those type of women. They're not going to marry you. They would date you. They will have sex with you. They would do whatever. But they most likely, they're not going to put a ring on it, right? They're not going to say, hey, be my wife, right? So that was the gist of the video and what you saw. But the women was fighting it, right? So what I'm saying is, does the video we saw, do it depict the mindset of many women today? Okay? Does it? Now you can say it doesn't, but what do you think that it depicts the mindset of many women today?
I'd say yes, and then like however, comma. I'd say yes, and then like ideally like however. I think like kind of also talking to Chasten's point too, that it's kind of like different people like different things. So I'm not gonna say that like because women feel this way that they like it's no chance that they're gonna get married. Will it maybe turn a good percentage or like a percentage of men off? Yes, but
no, it's 90. They did it on a calculator, and their thing is a calculator that do the census and what men want, blah 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 blah, and like they had like 99. They had a 1% chance. So, and the guy gave an analogy and said, "Hey, would you jump out of an airplane knowing that you got a 1% chance of living?" He gave her an analogy, like would you do that? And the common sense would be no. So the probability we're talking about, we all believe and we all know anything can happen, right?
Yes.
So like, and I'm using Chasten as an example. She talk about eating cake, right? And still lose weight. Is it possible? Anything can be possible.
And that's it.
Is it probable? Is it probable? Hell no.
No,
Hell no.
I'm saying that simply because like when it goes to that, like I know like the people in my immediate circle, and I'm not saying that my immediate circle dictates like the overall world, but the people in my immediate circle, I know that they would not want that. Like that's not something that they're looking for in like their person, their spouse, or whatever.
No, listen, you're talking to a man, and I'm telling you, most men, they're not gonna do it.
No, what I'm saying, your generation, yes.
No, your generation. I talk to men in your generation. They're not marrying a hooker.
What I'm telling you is there are still men in this generation who literally do not care. I'm not saying that all of them.
No, listen. Listen, this is just facts. We're not talking, we do know that there's men that would date hookers.
We're
talking about married.
What we think.
The percentage. Only maybe a small, I think it was like 1% of those women get married. Like Chasten brought it up earlier, talked about how somebody was in the profession and is married, right? But that's just 1%. That's why he used the analogy of jumping out of a plane. You may live, but there's a 99% chance you will die. Will you do it? So I don't want to get into the anecdotal of the small percentage because
what I'm saying is that you may not like. I don't think you understand. Like that percentage is not as small as we think it is.
No, it is. It is. That's not debatable. That's not debatable. Go look it up.
You think that percentage is larger?
I'm not saying it's 50-50, but I don't
No,
think
it's I'm telling you what the percentage is. You could go look it up later, Nene. But what I'm telling you is that no, it's not even 10%. Listen to what I'm saying.
I can tell you for a fact, I know 10 strippers. 10. All of
10
them are
strippers.
married with children.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Wait a minute. All of them are what?
Married with children. They either strip currently or they used to strip. 10 of them.
Listen.
But they not still. Wait a minute. You said either but are they still stripping?
I mean, I said some of them.
You said some of them are, but listen, this is the point that I want to make to that. Listen, this is the point that I want to make to that. I know 10 men that are alcoholics. That's married. But that's probably 3% of alcoholics that are married out of all the men. So if you want to be an alcoholic and you think that woman's going to accept you, then go ahead. If you think you can find, I'm not talking about you become an alcoholic after. Listen to what I'm saying. Because you got to understand the concept.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you become an alcoholic in the marriage. Hold on, I'm just speaking to Nene's point of 10 women.
Most women won't marry an alcoholic if they know they are alcoholic.
It's 3%. I'm telling you, I already looked this stuff up. Now look, so if you tell a man, 1 minute, I'm talking to Nene. If you tell a man, because you know because you're a woman, you say a woman ain't gonna marry you. Yes, I'm gonna find me a woman. And he said, well, I know my brother, I know 10 men like me. I know 10 men.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going by the 10 men, not the billions of men.
No, I was just saying I wasn't saying that's a statistic. What I'm saying is overall, 10 for me.
So your 10 is in that 1%. But it's still 1%. So let's talk about the 99. You're not getting married.
Listen,
all those strippers up there right now want to be married, except for one. You can go look at the show. I'm not calling them all strippers. All of them are not strippers. None of them married. They're beautiful women.
There was 22.
They're beautiful women. Listen, the thing is, and that's another misconcept. We think getting married older is a benefit. That's not more of a benefit, especially to the man that they want. And that's another thing. When you look at the video, you'll see.
I was about to say that's
the man that they want, and it all depends on that too.
But I was about to say that playing to the point of what you're saying now, those women, they're looking to date from a particular group of people. They're not dating regular Joe and Schmo. They're trying to look for a specific class. So if you're saying specifically for that class, that percentage is 1%, I can agree.
No, it's for all men, but though it's not. No, listen, I don't want you to change the narrative. But they are not getting no man. But listen, you can ask. Listen. We already did the poll with us three.
Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
You know, can I answer? Okay. All right. Listen, I used to tell a lot of women this. On my job and other places, certain things men don't want in a woman if they're going to marry them, right? One of them was this: if you're hanging out with your girlfriends all the time in the club, in the bar, and not being out, they don't want. I used to tell them, listen, finish clubbing and then go get a husband.
Yeah.
Because no. Well, I ain't gonna say no, man, because there's always that chance, like we just said. It's that small percentage, but for the majority of men, certain things they're just not going to accept, and that's all we're saying. We're not saying that it's all the way across the board that it won't happen. Things happen every day. We know that, but for the most part, men only expect they expect a certain quality. A woman to be their wife, and if they find out that you don't match up to that quality, your number drops exponentially.
Yeah,
it drops.
And let's be real. The statistic already shows there's only 1%. And I'm telling you, you can go and ask, and we're talking about the video. Till brought up another scenario, which is, he's absolutely right. You can't be partying in the clubs and da-da-da-da. Most men don't want that. Most men. Can you find a man? Yeah. But the probability, but you know, but we're talking about in sex professions.
Well,
Like I
definitely.
said,
Listen,
men can't handle if you're not in a sex profession and you cheat on them. Listen to what I'm telling you. Women can handle that way better than men.
and then there's always the thing of, if I marry you, am I ever going to really be enough? Because
Yeah, men
and the
mind.
reason and the reason why I say that is this: a lot of women that strip and stuff, they do it for the money, and they make hella money. Understand? They make hella money. So the thing is, can you be okay with me making 50, 60,000 a year, and we're not making hella money? How, one night you can bring home 1,500 or better.
And let's be realistic to what Till said.
That
On
I'm
the
bringing
other
that.
end, they are threatened sexually because you had so many sex partners, and
Just
men.
because I'm a stripper, that mean I gotta have sex partners?
Listen,
No,
we
but
know
you
a
wanna
lot
know
of
what?
them do.
But
We go to strip clubs. We go to strip clubs. I remember I went to a strip club and Till said, "Yeah, they have shut door." I don't know strip clubs like that. Until and this other guy
they have
was telling
lockdown.
me
Let me give you the.
lockdown.
They have lockdown.
No, let me
where
explain it
you-
my way because I
Okay.
don't know about it. I didn't know
Okay.
about it.
All right, go
Because
ahead.
she said something. Do most strippers have sex? Okay. They said, I don't know, right, Nene? And they telling me about, I said, what is lockdown? Until and the other guy started explaining to me that they lock the doors, everything goes. So yes, not all strippers, but many of them are definitely having sex. And men know that because they're in the club having sex with those strippers. I remember my boy said to me, he got mad with me. I was working in the jail, and I think his brother was in jail. I said, listen, and my brother told me this. My brother was a career criminal. He said, anybody go to jail for 4 to 5 years, don't ever let them tell you that either they didn't get done or they was doing another man. He said, my brother was, no, it's just real. So I'm not saying that a man can't do it, but the probability is very low. Very, very, very low. Right? So I'm not even saying a stripper is not. But when I never even knew that. I never knew that they have a lock. What you call it, Tim?
Lockdown.
Lockdown. And you can just have sex anybody you want to. I never knew that. I thought they just dance on the pole and they go home. That's what I thought.
I think it
Now,
depends.
Till, you want to say something about, but I wanted to explain it from a version of the lockdown because I was thinking like, because one time I was thinking like Nene, strippers don't. But when I saw that,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
But you know here's the thing, and I have to agree with all
But men are
strippers.
insecure when it comes to sex.
Right,
That's
right,
what I want.
right,
What Till
right.
said is true, but a lot of it is, do I measure up to that next man?
Do you think they're dating
Right.
men like that though?
All men are like that.
Listen.
Just about all men are like that. It's not if they date
I
a
feel
man
like
like that.
but I feel like that's what like a regular person, like a regular like me. If I go out and I date and a man asks me about it, like my past history or whatever, he don't really want to know because he's literally gonna have that image in his head. That happens whether I'm a stripper or I'm not. If I'm only on OnlyFans,
And you're right, but they could take it. Listen, they know you was in a relationship before. You don't got to go to details. Most men don't want to know the detail. They don't want to know what you and your boyfriend did sexually.
no, I didn't.
They
say
can't
that.
handle it.
But I don't think
Okay. Now listen. They know you was in other relationship. But see, when you in the sex field,
That's a
men
different
equate
story.
it to sex. That you're having sex.
So
Not that you just had a boyfriend and y'all probably has and you know, but men, I'm not saying
right,
that's why I said
like 99%
women can
of men
take a
definitely
man
like that.
cheating
But there is
quicker
a
than a woman.
who don't.
Is
And
and
so
why?
that's the pool that those women are probably dating from, is all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying to you that's all men. Not even that pool. Their pool is very low too. I agree with you, Chastity. But all men think like this. This is not an anecdotal of men. But
All men,
Let Till answer the question.
Look,
Till we gotta end this show at some point. Till, does that video depict the mindset of many women today?
Yeah,
people,
I think it does. It does depict the mindset of a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women. But the bigger thing is, how do we
Oh
get to
wait, do you
change?
think I gotta ask you a question? Do you think that mindset is right?
No, I don't think that mindset is right. But
Why not?
the because if you think, and this is with any, if you think you can do anything and that anybody's just gonna marry you, and regardless of what you do, you're sadly mistaken. Especially when it comes to men. Men are visual, we're very visual creatures. That's number one. Number two, men, when it comes to sex, we like we said, we understand if you had a boyfriend or something, but if you're in the sex, any sexual field, pornography, porn, strippers or whatever. Listen, the likelihood of we marrying you for most men, I'm not saying all men, but for most men, is that they are not. They're going to stay away. They're not going to do it because of because their perception of you as being it's the it's the opposite of the bad boy perception that women have, where they want a bad boy instead of a good guy. Uh, when it comes to that, listen, we don't care about the bad girl. We want the good girl. Understand that. We listen. Any guy that says, "Oh, I want the bad girl," he's a liar and full of grunt. Listen, it matters to us, and that's just how it is. Men want their women to be of a certain standard, and this is whether you in that 1% or that 99%. And I'm just saying, listen, if my wife would have been like, "Hey, I used to be a stripper, this and that. I changed my life. I'm a nurse now." Listen, I don't think we
He ain't
probably would have
marrying her.
made it.
He ain't marrying her. I don't
We
care if
we
you're a nurse.
we
And
we
let me answer. Can I answer? Because we had six, almost six. We've been there an hour and a half. But the whole, I say probably, and even listening to Chas and listening to Nene, probably maybe most women do think like that. You know what I'm saying? But that mindset is crazy, and I think it's wrong for the women that want to be in that context. Okay, but that is what we're talking about here. We're not talking about outside that context. So for the women, that is crazy. And I just want to give an example. And one of the reasons why it's bad with men, for all women who's going to listen to this, is that say you used to be a stripper, you used to be whatever, right? Remember the scene in was it House Parties? And Bernie Mac was like, "I know her now. Her name was Jawbone. Oh, she could you talking about my wife?" He went to get the gun. Men don't want to ever be put in that situation. Men don't want to ever meet another man and be like, "Oh, that's your wife?" And say something to that degree about his wife. It's demoralizing to men. Like Till, I think you said ego, man. Did you say ego? You brought up ego on
yeah
one of the
yeah yeah
things.
yeah yeah
That
yeah.
ego with men is like a mountain. It's hard to climb that mountain. And listen, understand this too. Not saying it's right. We just saying what is facts. Okay? Not saying that the double standard is the double standard. Right? There's
Man.
there's double standards that women have that men will never get. And we got to live with that too. You know? So, but we're talking about it, to me, you know, a man could go and do this, do that, do this, and then he married, nobody say nothing. But when a woman do that, a man don't want to marry them. And that's most men.
Yeah, and women don't want to marry men like that.
Yes, they do. They do all the time. Women, listen, women do not care like that, like men care.
No, I mean women who are doing the things that you're talking about, like sex workers, stuff like that. They don't want to marry men who aren't gonna.
No, we're not talking about the ones that don't. You saw a whole slew of them right there. There are some, Nene know 10 that are married.
Yes,
because they wanted to get married. But listen, you keep bringing up.
I think the point that she's bringing up
are women who work in those professions do not want to marry men who aren't going to accept them.
No, but they are never listen, and I agree with that. Listen, it's not their choice for one. Listen, it's not your choice.
Yes, it is.
No, listen to what I'm saying. It is not your choice because I said to you, you're trying to make a point, but you missed the whole thing because you want to protect the women. I said to you earlier, men determine the marriage. The women don't. When I say it's not their choice, you don't determine who you're going to marry. You really don't. It's who say, Nene, will you marry me? Now then Nene has the ability to say yay or nay. But when I say the choice, you can't say I'm going to marry him or him. That's why I said I brought up the question about do you think God picked? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We just heard it in the clip. Wait, listen. Let's not talk off emotions. Let's talk off of fact. They are. No, listen. Anybody will date. Listen, Chasten, stop. Because you're trying to throw funk in the game. Listen, Chasten.
They say, oh, I don't want to date a stripper. And
Chasten,
they say,
stop.
I don't want to date a stripper. And you say, I am a stripper. Then you're
Chasten,
not
listen.
Listen,
I covered that. Men will date you. They ain't gonna marry you. We're talking about getting married.
Yes.
Listen, wait, Chasten, just stop. Because you're talking about stuff that we're not talking about. I'm saying to the women, listen. Chasten, you just like that woman. You want to argue. You want to argue to argue. You want to argue to argue. Listen. Well, listen to my point. Talk from. Listen. Listen. Chasten, you gotta answer. Chasten, could you be quiet, Chasten?
Speaking from their perspective.
Chasten, I just muted you because you talking. Listen, what I'm saying, Chasten, you got to listen to and answer the question the way the question, not the way you want the question to go. And the thing is, nobody is disagreeing with what Chasten said. But where Chasten is wrong, talking about, oh, they're not dating that. No, they want to get married. And I'm asking you, Nene, you want to be married?
Yes.
I'm just saying, if you want to be married. I said that wrong. But if you want, are you going to date a man, have sex with a man that you don't think is a possibility of him marrying you? And you want to be married? As a woman, answer that question.
No,
or do you understand?
Personally, no.
No, most women won't. Let's be realistic.
I don't think that's necessarily true because there are women out here who they like their body and they like to have sex and they will have sex.
Yeah, but they don't want to get married. Just like you said, they like their body. It's like have sex. They ain't thinking about getting married. I'm talking about a woman that wants to be married.
Some of them do want to get married, but they also like sex, like kind of like what Chasten was saying earlier.
Okay.
Like I want to get married.
Okay, if they want to have sex and they want to be married, all women want to have sex. So let's kill that phallus. But if a woman that want to be married, listen to the question. Don't try to defend Chasten, but listen to the
I'm not
question.
defending her.
I'm just saying, you said like Chasten said.
No,
Chasten,
I
what
said
she
she
said
said earlier
doesn't
was
fit.
like no. I
Go
was
ahead.
saying the point that she made earlier was that she said like she can want to lose weight and eat cake too, like and love
Yeah,
cake.
but
But I was saying there are still women. There are women that want to be married and also like sex. Just
yeah,
because
yeah.
I want to be
But
married,
but remember the context of this. We talking about the probability of what is happening. That is happening. We know insane people that say they like. What did I say before? See, and this is the thing about most. They want their opinion across, but they ain't listening to the other one. I said to y'all absolutely right. Did I say that?
Yes.
Nene, did I say that?
Yeah.
Did I say there's some? But what did I say? What did I said, listen, you can eat cake, but the probability of you losing weight is not going to happen. What did I say? I said a lot of people talk, but they're not doing the work to get the result of what they're talking about. So the probability of me reaching my goal drops. It doesn't increase. So what I'm saying to you with this small segment is what woman in you or any woman that want to get married is going to date a man that they know ain't going to marry them and have sex with them.
I mean, taking the sex off the table, I don't think like if I know that I want to get married and this man tells me like I don't want to get married, then I know personally I'm gonna like we're wasting each other's time. I have a goal that I want to meet. You don't want to get there. So moving on, but
you,
as far
you do
as, like,
know
you're bringing
men.
sex in the like you're bringing sex into it, which kind of complicates it because some people generally do want to get married and they will have sex with somebody, but that doesn't mean that
Talking
like
from a man perspective, what you just said, you do know man ain't going to tell you he don't want to get married.
so like if we bringing up a conversation and talking
No,
about
listen,
marriage,
listen.
the man will say yes, I want to get married, or no,
listen,
I don't believe in marriage because that is a thing.
Listen, I'm just saying to you, and I may have phrased it wrong, but a man ain't going to like if he like you and he want to go to bed with you and y'all talking about marriage, he ain't. A man will turn into a chameleon. He will be what you want him to be. But he had no intention of marrying. And once you find out that he ain't gonna marry you, if you know, to see that's the thing. They're trying to tell the women most men are not gonna marry you, trying to put them in the no. Not what is your probability of getting married? And I'm saying to you, would you probably continue to date that person? And you said it. The answer is no.
Yeah, no. If I know for a fact that I'm not going to marry you, and my goal is to be married,
not you not going to marry them. Say you want to get married to them.
No,
they don't want to marry you.
I know. If I know my goal is to be married and to be in a marriage, like have a husband, be married, and I know that I'm dating somebody or I'm interested or involved with somebody that doesn't want to be married, then it's again back to that choice. It's my choice whether I want to stay there or not. But if I know I have a goal and you ain't it, then I'll leave
but yeah, but the whole premise of this is this expectation, and for men too, and we said it on the show, and see, and basically to a large point, especially Chasten is proving the point that women ain't going to listen to men. Like when y'all was talking, nobody.
Hold on, quick segment.
You be on here saying anything.
But listen, stop. You on my live. Don't listen. And see, that's what I'm saying. That was just so stupid to me. We're talking about something that is very serious. That's something that happens every day. She gets on and she says, I'm talking about, I say anything. The facts are the facts of anything. And what I'm saying is, men have unrealistic expectations. Women have unrealistic expectations. That's what this show about. We use And that's why Turner said he's scared of y'all young people, because we use, and that's why I wanted young people on, because I wanted to see how y'all think about it. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear something and take it and say, yeah, you're right, or instead of trying to defend something that's not right? For like, and that's what I was trying to say. When y'all brought up things, nobody said, yeah, but what did it keep going back to is we're not talking about that. We kept having to bring y'all back to, because y'all was trying, in my opinion, to prove a point that we're not talking about. We do know that some strippers get married. We do know all things are possible. We agree with that. But facts is, like I said when I brought up the man and I said the drunk.
The
Y'all was okay with
likelihood
that. The
of it,
likelihood.
the likelihood of it happening is dismal. Like we said before, we know that things happen, anything is possible, but the percentage of that happening is lowered, and it's lowered considerably. Now we can say or feel that it's not, but in actuality, it is. And
Can't
and
argue with it.
most men, I'm not saying that none won't, but most men, if you're in the sexual field, they are not gonna. Now, do some of them marry? Yeah, yeah. You know some that got married. I don't know any of it, but it has happened. But for the majority of men, that's just no. It's no. I don't want. I gave the example of if my wife would have told me what I said, and it would have been a no, because Lorenzo said, no man wants another man coming back saying, "Oh, that's your wife." Ooh, no, 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 no. And that's why it's low, because a man ego and mindset cannot take it, and
We
that is a
can't handle
fact.
it. We
It's a
can't
fact.
handle it.
And
And
for
I'm not
those,
saying that it's right to whatever somebody passed, but in the majority, the most of the men can't handle that. And I'm just talking about that section. See, and that's what I'm saying. I love staying on topic. That's me. Talk about what we're talking about. So we're talking about the sex field. That was the video was about.
Yes. Okay. So I have two things. Well, I guess it'll be three, but I have two things. So we were talking about based off of the clip that you showed earlier. However, at some point, your questions went from being about the women in the sex field, and then you generalize it to all women. So we were answering based off of that. So
No,
but
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna read the questions to you to show you how they fit.
no, I understand how they fit, but the way that you worded the questions, it was like, do women. You didn't say do women
Yeah,
in this
do
field.
women, because I'm generalizing it, because I don't, y'all are women, and that's why I wanted to hear from y'all. I'm generalizing it, right? Because y'all women, you could talk better for a woman than a woman. I can't. That's why I wanted y'all on. But see, what y'all what to me and to the most part, what y'all have shown, that it is true. Women are going to defend what another woman said, no matter how crazy it is. Y'all going to find something to say, well, maybe she has a point. She doesn't have a point. Instead of saying she doesn't have a point. Like, that's stupid. Yeah, that's fact. You saw the woman on the thing trying to negate what is fact. And then you seen two other women try to support her in negating it. And what I said in the beginning, you go look at this, I said, to the large part, men don't do that. It's like a reality check. And that's like when Chastity brought up men need to go to therapy. And that's why I said maybe women, because you can't self-check. Only another, men could tell women all day. You want to know who's better at checking a woman? You. because they'll listen to you because you're another woman. But if you think their craziness is okay, then it would just be crazy. And we will always have this divide between man and woman. Listen, and I gave the statistic, I didn't give the statistic, I said, men are getting married. And especially to our people. The black woman is one that's not getting married. They're dying alone. Why? That's the sad part. And only reason why I brought up this video to talk about that segment, you can't do what you want to do and then expect the outcome that you want all the time. Sometimes you got to take the repercussions of your past. And if you're good with that, then it's good. Like if you say, hey, I don't want to be married, a lot of people don't, and if you can live with not being married, then don't complain about you're not married. And then don't complain about ain't no good men out there, but it's your past that stopped you from getting married. But let me end the show.
So that's what I was gonna ask. So based off of like everything that you were talking about, what would be your takeaway from this whole today's episode?
My takeaway, that's what I'm saying. Women, my takeaway, I kind of gave it. My takeaway is women need to check other women. I can't check a woman because you a man. The first thing they say is you a man. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. And that's why I brought up in the show, men don't do that. We listen to y'all, especially when we want to get married or something, and y'all, because the topic is about marriage. If we want to get married and you tell me, yo, Lorenzo, this is what women like. But women, for some reason, not all women, but to the most part, don't do that. So to the take of the show, and Chasten kind of showed that, is that women, y'all not going to check each other. You're not going to be like, yo, well, baby, hey, if you want to lose weight, you can't eat that cake. Y'all always want to be the cheerleaders. Yeah, eat that cake. You can still do it. Eat that cake and you can still lose weight. Y'all always want to, it's nothing wrong with supporting each other, but sometimes you got to be realistic. Support is telling the truth. Yo, if you really want to get that, if you really want to be a doctor, you got to go to school. Yeah, every day we sit here, you talk about you want to be a doctor, but you didn't apply for a school yet. If a man say that, you just, you know, but that's the take of the show, is that women and men, but women to a large degree, y'all got to check each other. Men can't check a woman. And not that we can't, y'all just don't listen to us. We don't know what we're talking about. That's why I had the question, why do women think that a man, that they know what a man wants better than a man? That was a setup question, really. And remember, I brought up the eyelashes and this, that, and the other. And then you said something to the effect like, well, I think Chad said, they doing it for them. Listen, they are doing it for them. But most women are doing it for men too. You're trying to look pretty, not unless you don't like men. Not unless you don't like men. Yeah, you're doing it for self, your self-esteem, how to make you feel good about you, but you also doing it for men, not unless you don't like men. That's why some women won't even go out the house without being, outside ready. Because they don't want no man looking at them like, whoa, she look like that? Oh, good Lord. So,
esteem issue in that manner. But.
So, and that goes too. But they doing it for men. And like I said, not unless you don't like men. When you get beautified and you going out with your girlfriends and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 and then you want a man. Why are you doing something that a man don't want? Like, I know a woman don't want me, and like I said, men will be chameleons. They will literally be what they think you want, That's why I try to tell women this, and I'm going to end here. Don't tell a man everything. Because why? He's going to become what you said. Not that's him. He's just trying to get into your pants. He ain't on the same goal to get married to you. And then once he had you, he already know at some point you're not for him. But he ain't gonna tell you that because you're gonna cut off the water. You're gonna cut the water off. If he say, hey, well, I ain't gonna ever marry you, and you want to get married, you're gonna be like, well, we need to stop this then. See, we were just trying to give you a peek inside man and how men think and what men want, and we were just breaking it down from that video to the sexual professions. Most men don't want to marry a woman that in sexual professions. If you want to get married, you're doing yourself a disservice. Everybody that's listening, if you don't want to get married, you have the will to do whatever you want to do. Go shake your money maker. You know, do it. That's what you want to do. But if you want to get married, your probability is going to drop. Everybody have a blessed day. Thanks for everybody for being on the show. Love you. God love you more. Peace.